And
This is my bad side, but I forgive you. I'm kidding.
Don't worry.
Everything I say is a joke.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Well,
Not
yeah,
really.
Not really.
Not really.
It's a joke.
I just that's my saving grace.
So here's the deal.
Yeah.
We're going to show you before this starts. We'll show you up on the screen so you see exactly the direct
Okay.
look. But
Got it.
if you continue to stare at
No,
the
I'm not
TV,
gonna stare at myself the whole
if you
time,
stare
I
at
swear.
yourself the whole time,
Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
will make fun of you
Okay, no, I'll
from
make
that
fun of
point
myself.
on.
I was
Nobody,
just checking. I
We're
was
trying-
checking before we started.
nobody
I was
else will notice, but the
But you'll
three of
know.
us.
You'll
And
know.
We're trying to do a social
was trying to do-
experiment
okay,
because we
that's
have a clear winner of who looked at themselves the most.
the
I'll
most.
let
And,
Noble-
and of
Well, I'm
all
just
the
doing a check.
of
I'm doing a
all
hair check now at
podcasts,
this
not
point.
just
Really?
my podcast,
But I kinda wanna
every
know who it is.
No, so we think that this is it's funny. So I'm like
one
the
last
old
time.
dude. Yep, don't worry. We're recording, so it's all there.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, good, great.
So I'm like the old dude, and my wife's always like, "You have some girl on your show," and I'm like, "Yeah, sometimes like that. They are influencers,
Yeah.
right? Like
I hate that word, influencer. Ugh.
yeah. Well, that's why we call it creatorship.
It's so
here.
embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. There's
Why?
nothing worse because imagine telling people you're an influencer for a living. I influence people to make bad decisions. That's all I do. But
Yeah, well, that's all anyone ever does.
did I sign up for this? Maybe, but
Yeah, but that's all anyone ever does.
exactly.
So, welcome, and how do I say your name?
Raquel.
All right, so you're Raquel,
I'm
not
Raquel.
Rachel.
I took my last name off my Instagram and everything
Yeah,
though
yeah.
because I say some pretty controversial stuff. So I was like, well, no one's ever gonna hire me in case this doesn't work out. Better take my last name off everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
they'll
now
still
it's
figure
Rack is
out who
right.
you are.
No,
you know
they'll
that,
figure
right?
it. Oh,
Yeah,
I have people who've like searched my LinkedIn. They're like, I know what you did in 2011. I'm like, okay.
You get a lot of hate.
Oh, so much to the point where if I wasn't like a strong-willed, like bitchy individual, I don't know if I'm allowed to swear.
You can
but-
say anything.
Okay, cool. It would be a little bit painful. Do you know what I mean? But I really don't care, and the only opinion I care about is my own. So,
You kind of have to stepping into where, like,
100%.
so. You asked like, how do I know Johnny?
Yeah.
And Johnny's really, actually, a really nice individual. And he
100%.
was like, I don't want to come around because, like, I attract hate for
Yeah.
a job.
No, it's true.
And I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Yeah.
You're still welcome at our school. Like, you went there. You matter. So, like, I get it, and I get also now. So I never really. I'm kind of hoping somebody hates me at some point.
That
So
would be
like
goals.
they cared enough.
That's how you know. Haters
I don't
make you
even care if
famous.
it's the right wing because now I just got sued by the right wing today or
Oh,
the
that's
left
pretty
wing.
awesome.
Right? Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's how you know you've
I
really
created
made
a
it big.
women's entrepreneurship program. So
Oh, really?
apparently I violated a bunch of young men's civil
Wow.
rights.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I didn't
Yeah.
know about that.
No, there's like a guy that
Yeah.
like goes around and just sues schools whenever they do anything to help women.
Interesting. Okay. Should we help trans people instead?
I don't know. I just did like 20% of entrepreneurship students in most universities are women,
Okay.
and they're much higher percentage.
Yeah, I was gonna say they have a higher success rate as entrepreneurs, women.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's a stat. I didn't make it up. Maybe.
You did not make it
Maybe,
up.
yeah.
You obviously heard it somewhere.
I read it somewhere, aka I watched a
Yeah,
TikTok.
Yeah, it's true.
I read an article. No.
I once wrote an article or did a research
awesome.
thing,
So it's real.
and it is real.
Okay.
The reason is because the woman will never enter the competition.
Right.
Never enter
they
the
have a higher
fray
success
until
rate.
they're way further along.
Got it.
Whereas, like college guys will be like, "Yeah, I want to do that."
Yeah, like Brad and Chad are like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
awesome. But like, if
Yeah.
I say I'm awesome, people are like, she's a narcissist. Maybe I'm just awesome. I'm kidding.
I think
No, I'm not.
I think you could be both right and wrong.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
So, are you an influencer?
I hate that question. Okay, so I'm actually a lawyer. Did you know that? That's the craziest thing.
I did know. I did know because I paid attention.
Yeah, so I am not doing that anymore.
I don't do
though.
this like
Well,
without studying.
Okay.
Yeah.
I came in like I'm raw dogging this, but
What you don't know is I also went to the University of Miami School of Law.
Cool. No way. So you're also you've been on the path towards law, which is a horrible
I
path.
was a lawyer.
And have you ever spoken to a lawyer? Like, well, I guess you are one. So you look
I
in
was
the mirror
a
every
lawyer
day
for
and
6
talk to
years.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I didn't find that fulfilling. I was like, I'm bored. I hate my life, and I want to die. Not actually. No one do a suicide check. But like, yeah.
No, I'm the way I explain. So kids have always asked me like, why
Yeah.
aren't you a lawyer anymore? And I was like, well, I would make a list of how I didn't have to be a lawyer. And as death moved up, I just quit.
Oh, 100%. That's what I tell everyone. I'm like, you hate your job, change your circumstances. And everyone's like, it's not that easy. You can't just quit. Yeah, you literally, you actually can.
I packed up a car. Well, first I sold an expensive car.
Got it.
Bought a cheap car.
That's what I did too.
Packed
That's
up
what I did. Yeah.
Packed up, moved to Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Awesome. I can't point
Moved
it out on
above
a
a
map.
garage from like an $800,000 home to above a garage.
Okay.
And I got a PhD.
Awesome. Wow.
I did it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can quit if that really matters. Like I do believe you can change your direction at any point.
Yeah.
Like you get to wake up every day and do
100% and choose violence. No, I'm kidding. Choose a new path.
My mother didn't tell people I wasn't a lawyer for like 5 years.
Oh yeah, my dad still tells everyone I'm a lawyer. He's like embarrassed to be associated. He actually just doesn't understand what my lifestyle is. Like he doesn't know the internet. He doesn't like I have to show him how to log into Facebook Marketplace. So he's offline, as you say. But yeah.
When you quit that path, like what was the first step?
I started posting on TikTok during a breakup, and I started oversharing on the internet. And then I realized that wasn't super fulfilling to talk about shit all day and bullshit and be just another girl on the internet who talks about nonsense. So that's
Did
how I
people
started.
follow it?
Yeah, people actually people loved my boy stories. I would tell insane stories and they'd be like, you made this up. And I'd be like, no, I wish I could write this great of fiction. But like you can't make up all the things I've done in my life. So I would just like tell these crazy boy stories or like talk about dates or talk about dating. And people would be like, that didn't happen. I'm like, yeah, it did.
I like the dating space, so I have a dream someday.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen like Indian Matchmaker?
Yes, I have.
So I want to be that,
You want to be that.
but not with Indians.
Specifically for India, I was going to say. Okay, got it.
No. I will hang out with the guy, and I will hang out with the girl,
It'll just be a vibe
and then
match.
I will decide they're getting married right then and there.
Awesome. I kind of would love an arranged marriage. That actually doesn't sound horrible because I don't know if, like, I guess you haven't been on a date recently. You're
Yeah, I've been married for
but
9 years.
see,
and a couple
it's
years
rough
before.
out there. Let me tell you, people are insufferable. I usually don't care about those start talking, and I'm like, you're boring me. Or you get bamboozled to be on a date. Last night, I got bamboozled. This guy was like, oh, let's get a drink before the debate and talk this. And I'm like, yeah, cool. Like, let's talk. Yeah, I was bamboozled. It was a date.
Are you worried about like someone from the left wing like coming in disguise and trying to date you, and then like putting your like the video of you saying nonsense out?
Like I had an event recently and I got extra security because I was like, it's all for optics, but people feel safe. But I don't think they would come near me because I'm pretty insufferable and I try to say a lot of offensive things just to scare people away. Even in dating before there was like the right stuff or any of this, I would just say ridiculous things to suss out people's political views early on. Like if we match on Hinge, I'm gonna say like, oh, that's retarded.
Do you know Alana at Hinge? Do you remember her?
Who? What?
Alana at Hinge.
No.
She had their podcast.
No.
She was very nice. She came on the show.
Okay.
We haven't-
I haven't.
So I try to get the dating people in
That's
because
cool.
like I got to learn so I can
Yeah.
get
Figure
it
it
right
out to
when I
get
arrange
Indian
marriages.
matchmaking,
Yeah, I'm an arranged
non-Indian
marriage.
matchmaking, spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not afraid of someone coming in disguise pretending to be a conservative?
I'm not really afraid, and that's why I'm on the internet. If I was afraid, I'd probably
That's a
be a
good point.
liberal. Yeah.
No, I mean, so just transparently, and I
Yeah.
do this with Johnny all the time. I'm like, well, I don't agree with you on that.
Oh,
And I don't agree
100%.
with-
There's
and, and I do agree with you on this.
Yeah, there's
right?
a lot of issues. And the thing is, this is the problem with our society. You're not allowed to disagree with people. And it doesn't foster good, like I have liberal friends who I can have great conversations with and we don't end the conversation screaming at each other or unfollowing each other on Instagram. And it's really nice. And sometimes, you know what, they change my mind about things. And sometimes I change their mind about things or we can like find a common ground. And that doesn't exist anymore.
How much do people really do the whole argument thing in like real life? I
The
find
thing
that
is-
it doesn't really happen. Like you
Yeah.
get in the
Oh,
room
it happens
and like
in my life.
yeah,
I
but
do
that's
it.
like academia bullshit.
there-
I'm
No,
saying
no.
like regular people like having a regular conversation without like all the politics, not those sorts of politics. You could be talking about politics, but like he's talking more so about like school bureaucracy. So
I wasn't.
I find
Yeah, okay.
whatever.
Words in his mouth. Okay.
Whatever. I'm trying to get to a point.
Yeah, get to your
I'm
point.
trying
When
to
you
So
get to
the
your
question
point.
was, I already forgot. I'm like very ADHD.
Yeah.
Sorry.
How often do people fight in your life? How many times do you end up fighting with people in real life?
Like
not
physical fights, only one. No, I'm kidding. No,
there's been two.
Physical fight, one. No, I'm kidding. Maybe. Like verbal fights?
Yeah,
Not,
yeah,
people
like arguing
don't
with you.
say shit to me. Like they don't, like they'll just talk shit behind my back. But I'm very of the belief, like I talk shit to people's faces all the time. And like even friends who like talk shit behind my back, I'll be like, why'd you say that to Sally? Why'd you say that? They'll be, I don't know what to say. Like, they don't know how to react. If you call people out on their bullshit, they do not know how to react. And I love confrontation. That's the thing about me. It is a fun time.
A lot of people are afraid of confrontation.
Yeah,
Is
and
that
I
what you were
love
trying
it.
to get to?
Is that
Yeah,
the
like
question?
people, you may even have like discourse online and stuff, but once people get like at the table, like it doesn't happen. They're trying to be
100%.
each other's friends, or like they're trying to, they're
People
too
really
afraid
want to
of
be
it.
liked.
Yeah.
That's what you're
People
saying.
want to be liked.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I don't care. If you don't like me, move on, go on a different page, talk to someone else, get a new friend. Like, I'm very no bullshit. I've like hidden a lot in the past, been like, oh, said the right thing. No, it's really exhausting. Being nice, guys, it's so tiring. There's a difference between being nice and being friendly and bubbly and polite. I'm very polite, I'm very friendly, but if you give me your reason to hate you, I will.
So I'm the opposite. I'm not very polite, but
Okay.
I think I'm nice.
Okay. No, I get that.
Like I don't have time for the niceties a lot of times.
Yeah.
And I just say what I'm thinking.
But like you say please, you say thank you. Like
No.
no. We don't hold doors
That's
open
fake.
for women. Right.
No,
right.
I'll hold doors open
Okay,
for women.
that's good. But a
But-
lot of people don't. They don't know that. You're supposed to let people like exit the restaurant.
So
before
do you say
enter.
goodbye on the phone?
Yeah.
I don't say goodbye.
Interesting. So what do you say?
Nothing.
say?
I just
All right.
hang up.
It's been good. It's been real.
Hang up.
Yeah.
Like
Bye.
many people
Peace
are
out.
like,
Peace out.
and it's just I can't.
But I'm very blunt. Like even my friends, I told them to stop sending me screenshot conversations with guys and stuff. I'm like, no offense, but like I get a lot. Like I don't think I'm popular, but I'm like I get a lot of texts that are actually about important things. If you have a question, call me. I don't care about your fight with Brad. Like I could not care less about your fight with Brad.
Oh, I love the fight with Brad.
Well, I like it sometimes if I have time to like write. If I get to write the response, and I'm like, but you have to send what I write, and it's usually mean and very
See,
scary.
you could work on the all right. So we're changing the arranged marriage show.
Yeah.
So she's gonna
Can it be like gaslighting?
You're gonna talk to the liberal.
Oh yes,
And I'm
okay.
gonna talk to the conservative, and then we're gonna pair them up and watch
Oh,
them explode.
and not tell them.
Yeah.
We'll be like, yeah,
Then we'll make
let them
decisions.
figure it out.
No. So this dating on belief concept, like it wasn't a thing before.
It wasn't a thing before. But the thing is, it's always been a thing for me. And that's why I was always a fan of John and date right stuff. I mean, as soon as I saw him on my TikTok, like For You page, I sent it to everyone I know. And I was like, this guy is so funny. This is also the first conservative I've seen online who isn't weird. And like, I may get hate for saying this, but conservatives are weird, especially online sometimes. I don't mean it like that, but you know what I mean? Like sometimes they come off wrong. They're like, I'm ultra religious, I'm ultra this, and people get scared away from them.
So my take on how to win. So for me, elections are about winning.
Yeah, of course.
They're not. So full transparency. So I was a Republican.
Got it.
I'm not a Republican.
That's fine. Yeah.
Because they ran me. Like they make fun of me,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, there's no room in the party for me.
Right.
But like, so I gave to some Democrats at one period, and the one thing I really learned is I'm not one of them.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
oh, yeah,
Interesting.
yeah,
So
I'm not.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's how you learn what you want to do by doing what's wrong. or
Yeah,
what
like
you don't
they
wanna
kicked
do.
me
That's
out of the
it, yeah.
Republican Party. That's how
Yeah.
I feel about it.
Okay.
By by
So you kind
making.
of feel like you're stuck in the middle somewhere, and you don't.
Oh,
know
I'm
where to go.
100% stuck in the middle. I have
Got
no
it.
friends.
Okay.
Like,
got it.
and I dislike the extreme side of each.
And that's how I am.
So it's
Even
like-
though I talk about politics. on
right.
social media.
And I agree with you on your take on Johnny. He's a normal dude.
Yeah.
Like first
No.
and foremost.
So, like a normal, like football guy, like
Yeah, doesn't. Yes, I'm with you.
You know.
I'm with you. And it's like the fringe on each
Exactly.
side.
And there's crazies on both. That's
Both
what people
sides.
don't realize. And the thing is, the people talking about politics, the people who like politics, the people that vote in primary elections, those are people super right or super left. The people in the middle don't care. They don't
No,
care.
yeah.
But I have always cared about politics, and I've always been on the right. But But I just there's certain things I don't agree with on the far right.
So my take of one of the ways I would try to win if I were a Democratic strategist is I would get Pete Buttigieg,
Yes.
however you say
Yes.
his name,
Buttigieg.
to attack JD Vance.
Yes.
Because like I would be
Yeah.
like, look at him.
Yeah.
Like look at him.
It wouldn't be that
Right?
hard.
Yeah. And
You're
like
take a
look at him.
Yeah,
Like that there's
like,
the
I know
TikTok.
we're not
like,
supposed to like hit
right.
people's personalities or their
Right.
looks, but like
Yeah,
sometimes
but-
it's easy. Low blows. They win.
Like right,
There's
like
a reason they
you
win.
guys can make fun of me,
Yeah.
but look at him, he's hiding.
No,
right?
exactly.
Not true. He's got a wife, he's got kids, he's all these things, but it doesn't have to be true. I
Yeah.
think that's what we've learned in the political structure is
100%.
like
You could just
if
say
you can
shit.
write if you
and
can
hope it
write the
sticks.
meme and
Yeah.
let it stick.
Yeah.
And that's when so if you're thinking elections are for winning, when you looked at Biden, so there was a period where we'd be like, all right, Biden or Trump, right?
Yeah.
Like Biden or Trump.
Yeah.
And me and him would be laughing. And then as soon as they wouldn't answer,
Yeah.
because no one wanted to answer.
Yeah.
And then we'd be like, oh, so you support Trump. If you don't answer,
If you
support
don't
Trump.
answer, you support Trump.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Trump supporters aren't as vocal. I've been doing like street interviews recently where
Yeah, I
was
saw you were trying that. Yeah.
I was trying to ask people like, so what are your I was trying to not get murdered in Washington Square Park. That's how I was phrasing the question like this. And I was like, so what are your favorite policies of Kamala's? And the Trump supporters would look at me and say, none of them.
Yeah.
Like, is that allowed? And I'm like, yeah, what's up? Like, Trump 2024, baby. Like, you know what I mean? But they wouldn't. Everyone else is like, oh, well, human rights are so important. What? Human rights. People just say vague shit.
Before the debate,
Yes.
you were calling for a clear Trump win.
Okay, so I'm like very like woo-woo, which is like the opposite of my conservative side. I'm very like, last time I thought he would win. Like I really thought he would win. I would bet money on it. I'm like, he is winning. He's taking it home. And he lost. I was devastated. I was literally devastated. So I almost don't want to say good. I almost am trying to say like, I'm like, if I say that he's not going to win, he'll win. I'm so superstitious. I'm
so
like,
you're working. You should
like-
coach hockey.
Yeah. Honest, I used to figure skate. That's all.
Okay.
Story. Yeah.
That explains everything.
Yeah, I don't know why. That bears no relevance. But
Where are you from originally?
oh, you're gonna laugh. Ready? Ready? The ultra conservative Republican. Yep, Toronto. I'm
Toronto.
Canadian. I know it's really
Are
embarrassing.
you from Mississauga or
Absolutely
from?
not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. No,
Are you
I'm
from the city of Toronto?
I'm from the city of
How
Toronto.
do you feel about Rob Ford?
Rob
You're too young.
Ford?
You're
no,
too
he's
young.
dead now. He's gone. He
you're
was going
too
to
young.
end the gravy train. That's what he was supposed to do. And then he was smoking up some crack.
Yeah,
so,
it was
I
like-
mean, it
he
was pretty
was-
hilarious. The crazy thing is, there's usually like these crazy liberal lies they throw out, and I'm like, oh, really? He's smoking crack now? Like,
Oh, my
okay. Like when I first heard that, I was like, could they at least have thought of like a good lie? Like no one's gonna believe that he's smoking. He's actually smoking crack. And I was living like in Switzerland at the time, and people would be like, "Oh, you're from Toronto, the city where the mayor smokes crack," and I'm like, I guess so.
I guess so.
Like we have Drake and the crack pipe of a mayor. Like I don't know what to say, man. Like it's pretty
Is there a
wild.
crack epidemic in the political world right now?
Like I don't know. Maybe it's Adderall. Maybe that's the crack that they're
Yeah,
smoking.
that's-
Like I don't know. Like I feel
Nah,
like
Hunter's got
what-
the good stuff.
Yeah,
Hunter's
what-
got the good stuff, bro.
Like,
He's
there's-
not
there's-
doing no
there-
Adderall,
yeah,
bro.
like,
So
for
he
the-
was smoking crack. So here's the thing.
Yeah,
like here's the thing. Why couldn't they like it's verified he was living in
100%.
like he's living in a
He's
chateau.
doing paintings, dude. What are you
Right.
talking about?
Yeah, like
He's living in that's where I don't get.
yeah.
They could have just owned it.
They could have owned it.
Because everybody
Rob Ford
has a
admitted
kid.
that he smoked
Everybody
crack.
has a kid that's a fuck up.
Everyone. Every
Everyone in the world.
successful people,
Every-
every successful person, you either have an all-star kid who is like Nepo baby galore and like you set them up for success, or you do everything in your power to set them up for success and they're like, F you, mom and dad, I'm gonna be a diehard liberal or I'm gonna smoke crack or, you know, everyone rebels.
And like you have the opportunity to make mistakes and come back from them.
100%.
And so I don't get
He could have just said sorry.
like, yeah, sorry.
Maybe that's
like
like
I
the
did
Canadian
all
in
of
me.
these
I'm like,
things.
just say sorry. It's
It would have gone
not
away.
hard. Like,
It
just
would have
say-
gone away.
Sometimes I'll be like, I was wrong. Sorry.
So
and
I
it helps.
but that goes back to winning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why can't they just say, yeah, this kid's a real big fuck up.
Yeah.
I mean, he like slept with
Yeah,
his
like
brother's wife.
oh, the videos, like the whole thing is like I don't even think people know the extent of it. Like there's a baby out there. Like it's such a crazy story. It's almost like you can't make this up. Like it's like the crack pipe. You literally couldn't have made it up because no one would have believed that the mayor's smoking crack, but he was smoking crack. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And like with hookers.
Yeah, with hookers who he pays to sleep with him. Like what?
Like,
and like does some sketchy backdoor deals. I'm like, what other backdoor is he using? Like I don't know, man.
So it really, I couldn't get that piece, but like, you know, when I think of it and I look at the future of politics and I start to like what's going to happen. And so you see here now we have Eric Adams, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on with this police thing? Like, I can't even figure it out. I'm like,
I'm lost. And Eric Adams, like certain things that politicians do, like, do you see the thing about like paying McKinsey like $4 million to like tell us that we should have garbage in garbage bins?
That's amazing. We at UConn paid them like $800,000 at one point to tell us we should charge for parking.
Yeah, you could literally pay me, like, give me $200, I'll solve your problem. And can I tell you how I'm going to solve your problem? With a simple solution. Like, I was having this conversation with John about like things in the White House, and he's like, we would just come up with like simple solutions to insane problems. Being like, if you don't want this to happen, just do this. Like, it's not that complicated. You don't need all these experts. You don't need to pay people millions of dollars to tell you that, like, if you don't want mice, put a lid on your garbage. My dad told me that once. I had a mouse in my apartment. He's like, well, is your garbage covered? First thing, cockroach, are the floors clean? Is there dust? Like they eat.
So do you want to be in politics or do you want to be in media?
So that's the ultimate question. And it's funny because when I initially, so like my undergrad degree is politics and like U.S. history, and I'm like low-key a history nerd, but it's funny because history nerds usually don't look like me. I always had a dream of being, that was like narcissistic, but like I just know what's up.
What is it?
No, but like they're just weird. Like
How
they're
do you
like they're
look?
like weird autistic boys. Like I love autistic boys. I know that was a completely different tangent, but like an autistic
I was like,
man,
well, what do I look like? And then she answered it. Weird autistic boy. All right.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like you know, like they're dweebs. They're like, you know, they're like, did you know? Fun fact. But I say, oh my God, guys, fun fact. See, I speak to the people. I speak to the girly pops who are like, guys, guess what? Get ready.
She got into the crack. Dude.
Yeah.
She got into the crack. That's what happened.
I got some of the good stuff.
So you like history?
I do. But I've always had a passion for politics. And that's why I initially went to law school, which is actually kind of funny. And then I did entertainment law for a bit, and then I was like, no, I don't like, this is boring. Like, I just want to talk. I want to yap. The thing is, I'm not meant to be in a law office.
Who's your least favorite professor at University of Miami?
Oh, the guy who taught like intro to U.S. Or no, wait. The stupid ethics lady. Always the stupid ethics lady teaching, like they make you do like ethics exams, like NPR.
Yeah, I did one.
I hate that. It's such a stupid question. It's like, should you sleep with a professor? I don't know. Are they rich?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like a client. I don't know. Is he rich? How much money the guy's got? Like, I'm kidding. I'm not a gold digger, but like actually.
The MPRE after that, me and John Bird, the learned bird, he was like over there. And so I was very young in law school and he was very old and we were good friends. And he's like, you want to go to Key West? And I, like in the middle of the exam, I'm like, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. Like fill in the circles.
Yeah, like who cares? Whatever. Itty bitty mighty mo.
You only needed like 40 right.
Yeah.
So you got 40 right on a multiple choice. You must be ethical.
Yeah, I'm like not ethical. I had to study for that exam. No, I'm kidding. I do believe in saying please and thank you. It's very ethical. And I'm only a bitch to someone if they were a bitch first. So that's real ethics.
Excellent.
Yep.
So that's your moral code.
Yes.
Be a bitch to me, I'll be a bitch to you.
I will ruin your life. You're a bitch to me, I will ruin your life.
So politics or media? Are they different?
They are. Media is exhausting because I get comments every day. It's like, what did you do to this? Why are you wearing that color? Why, like, shut up. Go find a hobby, truly. Like, it's so embarrassing for them. And I'm like, I can't even imagine the people with actually like millions and millions of followers. I'm like, this is exhausting. Just like, there's days I don't want to look at TikTok because I'm like, if I have a video going viral, like, I'm going to have a headache this week.
But what are you posting for if not the comments?
Like, yeah, and I do like the drama, but sometimes it's like, can I have a fan for once?
No.
You have no fans.
No, I'm kidding. There's some people who will
I have
comment. Like,
4.
my joke is that I'm
four.
skinny. Are they all in this room?
No,
Is it-
they're not. No,
let's
no.
hear it.
I'm not a
It turns out
fan.
Atsu's a fan. Turns out Atsu's a fan. And
Including
like,
yourself.
yeah, he's watched all the episodes
yeah.
unrequired, even though he was here. He
That's
like
sweet.
pulled out his phone. He's like, can't get through this one.
Well, you know what
but,
fan is most important? You're supposed to be your own biggest fan at all times.
He is. We call him
yeah, don't
Hollywood
worry.
Noble.
Hollywood
Okay.
Noble, man.
Yeah.
So no, I got two fans in LA,
Got it.
and they're brothers.
Got it.
And so, and I was like, oh, this is who's coming. And they're like, rah. One's like, rah. And the other one's like, this is awesome. Let's poke the bear at the zoo. And I'm like, like, if you don't like right-wing stuff, like that's what you sound like.
Yeah.
And like, they don't get that.
They don't get that.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I even say to people, they're like, why are you not commenting back? Like, why won't you fight with me? I'm like, it's exhausting to fight with you people, truly. Like, have you ever tried
Are
to...
they too stupid?
Yeah, and the thing is, it's funny because they'll tell me I'm uneducated or whatever, and I'm like, actually, honey, I literally have 4 degrees. I don't know
You
what they-
can not be smart and be educated.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? Maybe I'm educated but not smart, but I do have this thing called street smarts.
Well,
like,
that's smart.
Like I threw a party for conservatives, and they're like, "Get girls to come," and I was like, "How'd you get girls to come?" And I was like, "Well, I made a pink poster."
Yeah.
And that sounds dumb, but simple solutions. And you know what? 50% of the girls in the room were women. Or 50, yeah, I would hope they were.
Yeah.
50% of the people in the room
baby.
were women. You know what I mean? Like, I actually got girls to come and care. Like, it's
not easy.
it's not easy at all. 50% of the girls
They're
were
out there
women.
though.
That's funny.
What were they waiting for? What do you think?
I don't know. Well, the thing is, there's a lot of groups already in New York City that exist for young Republicans. And the thing is, everyone's like, why'd you throw this party? I was like, because and it's funny because a bunch of those people from those kind of clubs came to my party. And they're like, why don't you come? And I was like, you guys scare me. They're like, why? And I was like, I just don't want to like put a suit on and like,
Yeah.
like, can we talk about like dumb shit? Like, I want to talk about like fashion and boys and like stupid gossip and like celebrity drama. But I also want to be like, okay, now let's have an intellectual conversation and not just like brain rot. Like, an in-between does exist, which I was trying to tell people. I was like, you don't have to be one of those annoying, like, go to church every week, blah, 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 blah. Like, you can go to church and be chill and, like, also have like, it doesn't have to be your whole personality. Just like how being a Trumpy doesn't need to be your whole personality. You don't have to be one of those insufferable.
Don't tell my father that.
No, but it's like, it's true. Like, it's like some people are so insufferable and it's because they shove it down your throats. And it's like, okay, if one time I talk about
That's
politics,
what my fan said about right-wing social media. And I'm like, yeah, that's how,
Exactly.
if you talk to a right-wing person, they'll
Yeah.
say, don't shove it down my throat.
Exactly. So, but anyways, but that's why I liked John initially and like was like thought the date right stuff was so cool because it was funny and it was sarcastic and he like used humor in a great
People
way.
don't get the sarcasm.
Yeah, which is really concerning. Like I hope they go back to school.
One of the better posts of all time was the one with the I like to give homeless people counterfeit money.
And there was a lot of articles on that one
And
because
that-
I was Googling up a storm and it's like, this former White House person says that we should give homeless people fake money. Bro,
Yeah,
touch grass, literally go outside. Like,
Yeah.
it's funny. It's so funny. And I was reading the comments like, there's no tomorrow on those. I was like, ooh.
and there's not like we had this. So one of the guys that came on the show was a shit poster on LinkedIn, and
Cool.
he does some great shit posting.
Yeah,
And he explained it like this way: most people just read it and move on.
exactly.
And then he's like, some people play into it,
Yeah.
and some people lose their fucking mind. And
Yep.
what's wrong with these people?
But
like,
it's only liberals. But can I say, like,
No,
well,
no,
okay,
no,
maybe
no,
not,
no,
but
no.
it's
I
usually
will
the
say a bunch
liberals
of stuff,
who
and we
are
will
most
have the
triggered. It's
conservatives.
usually the liberals who are most triggered.
No,
Do you not think? But sometimes
No,
super
no.
conservative people are also like, they lie to themselves. It's like, take a beat, like, look at this. Like, that's why I'm saying, like this
why? All right. So I know why
Yeah.
you make the trans joke,
Okay.
but like in all reality,
Yeah.
why are they so worried about trans people? There aren't
Okay,
that many.
this is what I'm saying. So I made this video being like, have you ever met a trans person? Because I've met one, actually. It was a girl who I went to high school with. And then she was in my college. She was in a class with me. She turned around all of a sudden and said, Adam. I'm like, that voice sounds familiar. Oh my God, Melody. Like, I'm like, no way. I'm like, that's crazy. The other one I know is Caitlyn Jenner. But I don't really know her, right? Like they
Right.
say we feel like we know
Right.
celebrities,
You
but
don't
I
know very
really
many.
know her.
And
But I
that's,
just- I don't
and
know
that's
why
not
it's like-
cross-dressing, right? That's
Yeah.
a totally different thing.
And the thing is, my theory is like, do whatever the hell you want. Like, if you want to be weird, you go be weird. Like, I do believe that you have a mental illness, but like, you go be weird in your own time. Just don't shove it down other people's throat. Like, she, her pronouns. Like, I have a friend who at work has to like write her pronouns in her bio or like write them in the email. If I'm writing pronouns in the email, kill me, literally kill me. Get me out of any corporate office at that point. I'm not doing that.
And so
Because to make someone else feel safe.
So for me, it's like, why? Yeah. But why kick people while they're down? And like,
Yeah, clearly they have a
and
mental illness. It's like, if you want to chop off your dick as a man, I'm sorry, that's fucked up. Like, this is not, you are not like a 1-year-old child who's like chopping out like, bris, like, we say a prayer. No, this is like, you are literally, you want to cut off your dick.
It's a little crazy how we're just real casual about the bris thing that you're talking about.
no,
Anyway, but that's a whole nother
That's a
podcast.
different thing. But like, it's like, if you want to
That'd
chop
be
off your
scary.
dick, that is so weird. That is so weird. Like, I don't understand.
like, Conan, right.
Yeah,
That's the reality.
exactly.
You can't.
I don't understand. But I also just don't understand why it's like now we have to like make bathrooms a safe place and sports a safe place for these people who are like 1% of the population.
What I don't understand is how they can't see the difference between having men or whatever you're supposed to call it, playing sports.
Yeah.
Against women.
I don't
Against
understand
clearly,
it.
it's called women's sports. It's
Yep.
not called trans. It's not called this. And there is a difference. And like, I don't see how they get there.
Yeah.
I also don't need to ever kick someone.
Yeah.
And I'm also like, if you want to be trans, fine.
Yeah,
Like, go
but
do the
just
surgeries.
do it by
do that.
yourself. Like,
Well-
one of my friends actually worked on the case making sure Leah Thomas wasn't in the Olympics, which is really cool. Her, him, or whatever. But like, I just don't understand. Like, it's like, do your own thing, be
So-
weird alone. Why do you need to go into the change room? Why do you need to do all like? Why are we even talking about this? It's insane.
So the same thing would come back and be like, why do you have to say you're conservative? Like,
But I don't necessarily. You would hear it with my words. Like I would say retard once, or like say.
No,
the
but I
wrong
mean,
word
like,
once
That's
every
what
time.
being a
But-
conservative is
yeah.
about.
Yeah, like I want to say
but it's
retard
not.
in peace.
But like, why? But so the point would be, why do you have to do that, right?
Okay.
And it doesn't matter
To
what
hurt
it is,
someone
and it
else.
doesn't
Yeah,
matter
yeah,
what
yeah,
it
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is. That
Because
thing,
I'm
and
so
it's the same thing on their side.
I'm so sick of playing their game. Like I've been playing your guys' game for years. I've been keeping inside this conservative closet for years, and I'm sick of the bullshit. I'm so sick of having to be like when I meet someone new, like, oh, like I sit in the middle, hee hee, or like I used to lie to people all the time. Like I have a few liberal friends who didn't know I was conservative till like 5 months ago. They've been blocked on my stories for the past like 5 years, and they stopped texting me now. So,
I think what it comes down to is you don't understand, they don't understand.
but we can also respect each other and have like a respectful
Tough
conversation.
when you call them a retard, though.
No, but they are. They're being a little bit retarded. I'm sorry. Like I have to announce my pronouns. Like, do I not look like a girl? Like this is insane.
So I'm a civil rights violator. So what do I know, right? Like I've been withholding opportunities from young men, apparently.
Oh,
But-
please. Like,
But I can understand exactly what you're saying,
yeah,
and I can understand exactly what you're feeling,
yeah,
and I can also say that like there's a lot of hurt
100%.
mixed up, right? And
100%.
so that's where, that's where I got ran out of the party, right?
Yeah.
Like, and the Republican Party I grew up with was a Big Tent party,
Yeah.
where you could have the right wing religious group, but you could have also pro-choice
Exactly.
people,
Yeah.
and that's not like, and I had joked around. I was laughing with some of our friends, and I was like, "Hey, what if I ran for governor?" Right? And I'm like, "Well, I can't pass the litmus test on the right.
Right.
I just can't,
Yeah.
like, because there are certain things I'm not gonna do."
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna do that. So, and that makes me a little bit sad because,
Mhm.
like, I would love to make fun of people
Oh,
that
100%.
deserve it,
Some people
in my
do.
opinion.
You know what? And you know what the main problem is in 2024, and the main problem with everything, like everything could be solved by bringing back bullying. Okay.
Amen.
I swear
Amen.
to God, some kids deserve to get their asses beat. And you know what? One time I was pushed down a staircase. I'm not even. And you know what the girl said to me? She said, my earring fell out, and she said it was probably only
See,
$100.
that's how you
and
solve.
you know that builds character.
You know
okay?
what? You make
We can
fun.
solve world peace.
If you
by
make
bullying
fun of
kids.
someone for
Yes.
being a trans and they punch
Yes.
you in the face,
Yes.
you will shut the fuck
Yeah,
up
exactly,
after
exactly.
that. And vice versa.
Exactly. You know
And
what?
vice versa.
Everyone's got to get punched in the face a few times. And
This is the
truly
problem
it
with the
builds
world.
character.
It's the problem with
I
the world
swear to
today.
God, the whole thing could be solved by
'Cause
just
you say
letting
whatever-
kids have a fight. Don't kill them. Maybe let's have some restrictions. Don't shove a broomstick up their ass. That did happen
That
at a
did
high
happen.
school.
Yeah.
Where
That was
I'm
sad.
from.
That was a really sad.
Yeah,
case.
because we're nearing like sexual assault there. But like,
Not
you know,
nearing,
like
that's, like,
it's
fully in there,
yeah. Sorry.
So, but I mean, but what I'm
Well,
saying is you're not wrong. So I was in a Democrat-friendly conversation on Friday. Here.
yes.
Full respect to them. And I said, well, what if I made the case for Trump right now?
Yeah.
Is that like we need to bring back bullying?
Yeah.
And that was my case for it.
Yeah. We do.
I
Let kids, like everyone's triggered these days. And you know what? You know why everyone's mentally ill, by the way? Everyone has anxiety because no one called them fat when they were like 10 years old. Someone called me fat once, and then you know what I did? I lost weight. Like it's literally not that hard. Thank you so much. Thank you to my high school, the boy who broke my heart. I'm kidding.
But this is a real thing.
Yeah.
This is and that's why I say it's on both sides.
Yeah.
Like I really do believe that. I've seen the guy that's triggered that I have a women's entrepreneurship program, so he's gonna like call the OC, like civil
it's
rights
also
office.
Insane. Like you know what I mean? I'm not gonna.
And we get triggered. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Because we can't actually.
And everyone, that word trigger, that's such a lib thing to say. And it's like everyone's triggered. Like, oh my God, I have no words. Everyone is triggered. From
Like,
what? Everyone has anxiety.
If I made you mad, tell me I made you mad.
Yeah.
And I'll think
Say
about
it to my face. That's
I
how
will
I
think
am.
about what I just
Exactly.
said. And
it's like back to the confronting people thing. Like I tell my friends, I'm like, if I did something to piss you off, you come and you'd be like, hey, Rack, like when you said this, it was annoying. I'll be like, cool, won't do it again. We're good. Instead, you go talk shit to Sally, and Sally tells me, and now we have a problem.
Who's Sally?
I don't know. I just was trying to say a name that I didn't know anyone.
Do you know any Sallys?
No, I actually don't know.
Because like I don't think I've ever met a Sally.
But that's why I
Have you
used
met a
it, because
Sally?
then no one
No.
would think I'm talking about them. Whereas if I throw out like an Emma or like everyone would be like, oh, Emma.
Who you want to shit talk? No.
I know, like let's get into it. I was
Let's do
like, we
it.
can sit here all day talking shit. I said that to someone yesterday before the election. I was like, let's go talk shit. But then it ended up being a date by accident. I didn't think it was
You
a
got
date.
tricked into it.
I did. I got bamboozled into a date,
Bamboozled.
and I wasn't gonna go on a date. And I was like, I'm like kind of over dating. I like go into phases where I'm just like, I don't want to go on a date anymore because people suck. And it's not like it's not that I think I'm awesome. I just like I'm not that boring, you know. And dates are fun, but they're fun because I'm there. Like, and I keep the conversation going, keep it light. Like boys aren't funny. Like it's like one time a guy said they're like, oh, you're funny for a girl. I'm like, you're funny for a boy. Like I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Men are very triggered these days, also. That's another
In your
problem.
age group.
Bring back manly
In your
men.
age group.
Yeah, but how old do you think I am? Like I'm like old.
You're like at least 18, maybe 19.
Exactly. That's what I tell everyone. I'm like I'm at least 18. So
I graduated from University of Miami at 23. So
Oh,
if
cool.
you graduated older than that, you're kind of dumb.
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Right. Like,
Yeah. No, I'm 28, but
Yeah.
yeah. I'm old. Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
So Chris would have went to your event. He's
Okay.
like dying to go.
Okay, wait.
We
Are
were
you
in
gonna come
Miami,
to the next
unfortunately.
one?
Yes.
We were in
How do
Miami.
we make America hot again?
Okay, yeah, so that's the thing. I am trying to make America hot again. And I actually did succeed at the event because there were hot people. And the amount of guys that came up to me and they're like, wait, I'm so shocked. A, you got girls to come. B, you made them like actually good looking. And I was like, yeah, because
You made them good looking.
I made them good looking.
Hell
and they
yeah.
walk in, I'm like, oh, I love your outfit. Like,
good.
slay. It's good. I'm like, this is good. We are crushing this game, baby. Because, like I said, people think that conservatives are weird. And I'm like changing the narrative. Or you go to these ultra conservative groups and they're weird or they're old or it's stuffy or it's waspy as fuck. And, like, you know what? I want to swear. Like, I want to say things that don't. Like, this is why I can't be a lawyer, guys. Because I am so unhinged and this is how I talk. And, like, I talk a million miles a minute.
Unhinged is such a liberal word.
Sorry. Well,
It is
but,
true.
but I am physically I am unhinged. Like
Are you playing chess or checkers?
yeah, I'm
You're so
always, no.
polarized.
You know what? I'm playing 3D chess. I'm playing 3D chess
every
at all
chess is
times.
3D.
Like I'm 5 minutes ahead of everyone else. Like it's a good time. So that's why I'm also scared for my future husband. But we'll get there.
Do you think you'll get married?
Like I really hope so. I don't think it's
Why?
because like I want to have mini-me's ruining other people's lives. I used to tell
Do
people
you
that.
need to?
No, but this is what's crazy. I used to tell people, they're like, what do you want to do for a living? I'm like, I'm going to be a divorce lawyer because I'm going to ruin men's lives for a living. And then I realized it's the most limp thing to ever say. And then I dated guys and I used to talk shit about men on TikTok. And then they're like, how can I date you? Like the Wall Street Journal interviewed you about talking shit about men. And I was like, oh, that's a valid point. I was like, I probably shouldn't like say you're autistic. And like I did have a video calling this guy autistic.
I mean, you didn't write songs about him.
Yeah, right? Like Taylor Swift does it. Like I don't understand. Like what? Mine's not poetry. Like I think I'm very poetic in how I said that you had autism.
I'm.
Yeah.
Chris has been doing this for a while. I
How
don't
does
stop.
one make America
sorry.
hot
Back
again?
to that. Back to
Yeah.
there.
And
Okay.
when was
back to-
America its hottest? Let's still
Like,
really
yeah.
get into it
Like
now.
honestly, the Reagan era. Like you know. Like,
Oh my God, you were just not old enough to remember
What?
it.
Like what? I could watch a movie. No, I'm kidding. I was
Yeah, they put
born.
the good-looking
I was
people
born
in those.
Yeah, exactly. And you know why Reagan was so successful? He was like a movie star. He was like 1989, bring down that wall, Gorbachev. Like it's
but I thought
it's
Trump
an
people
iconic
don't
era.
don't like Reagan.
But I'm allowed to. I don't have to fall into.
You don't
you're
have to
putting
fall
me in a
into it.
box. Like I'm like I can think whatever I want.
So-
But that's why I'm doing. That's what I'm
So
doing. Is make
Margot and
America hot
Todd
again.
from Margot and Todd from Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
That's the hot America we're going for.
Have
you seen Christmas Vacation?
Movie, so.
Watch it.
Okay.
So
oh wait, is that a John Hughes movie?
I don't know.
wait,
Chevy
maybe not.
Chase. It's a National
Maybe
Lampoon.
Oh
Chevy
yes.
Chase.
Okay. I think
Christmas
it is a John
Vacation.
Hughes movie.
Maybe. I
wrote
don't
an
know.
extended essay on John Hughes. I don't know relevance. I don't know. See, this is why I can't be a lawyer. You see?
Yeah.
I'm like,
So
we're on a tangent about God knows what now. So, we're
So,
making America hot again. One
why
party
not
at a time.
Canada?
Canada's so lost. It's so. For me, I moved back to Canada during COVID. I was there for exactly like 2 months, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna be the queen of running quarantines. So I ran around the world, staying at 5-star hotels at a discounted price for literally like 70% off. Pro tip: travel during COVID. Next pandemic, like everyone needs to be booking flights to a country without a quarantine. I was
The
quarantine
pandemic's
chasing.
coming, by the way.
No,
like,
it
in
definitely is
days.
because the election is 8 weeks away. So there's obviously a pandemic coming, like whatever they're coming up with next. I don't know. But anyways, like I was in Mykonos. I got canceled. I would make captions being like Corona who? Like I just don't care. I'd be like, the only Corona I have is the one in my hand. Like I had a lot
It
of
was
Corona.
Rona season. It was
No,
Rona
like
season.
it was
I
Rona
almost
season.
died
Let me
from
tell you,
Corona.
like
The real ones,
I
though.
really
I
don't.
almost died from that shit. For
who
real.
cares?
Yeah.
Grow up.
But I
like,
lived.
Maybe you should
But
stop
I
being
lived.
triggered.
Yeah,
but I lived.
Maybe stop being triggered.
But I
When men
lived.
were men, weren't you? You were
Yeah,
closer to
this
Reagan
is
than
what-
I was.
Bring back manly men. Bring back manly men. This is what I want.
When
Let's hear it.
I got
Yeah.
COVID, I
Yeah.
like literally went to. So it was so early on that you didn't know you had to get up.
Okay.
So like when you get COVID, like one of the things,
Whatever,
like,
you have a
you got to go
cold,
for a
like-
walk. No, this
Yeah.
was not a cold.
Oh, okay.
I mean, this was
Oh,
like
you were.
it was
Were you in the
pneumatic.
hospital?
I should have.
Are
been.
you still sitting here right now?
I am.
Okay, so what's the problem?
17 days.
Man up.
five days in bed. Like couldn't get out. But what you should be doing, and
Yeah.
if you watch the Chinese, is they make them
China.
get up
Sorry.
and exercise.
Yes.
Because they
Yeah, because blood flow, like
'Cause the
all
blood-
that.
yeah,
all
that was a real
I'm
thing.
not a scientist. I'm not a doctor.
No.
But, I feel
She's a
like getting
lawyer.
up and moving, like
no,
that.
no, but that was a real thing.
That
and,
makes sense.
And so normally
Sitting in a stuffy room with germs, like crack a window.
No, but
I
I
don't
mean,
know, get some
but it's
sunshine.
just there was a real thing where like if you got up and moved,
Yeah.
like in
It does
minute
help.
exercise, it really helped it.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons I think a lot of people were dying is because they were treating it as every other thing.
Yeah.
And
like let's sit at home and let's hide in our basement at Joe Biden.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, I mean, it was scary for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And really scary for a couple weeks. So I can tell you from my apartment, the scariest part was when I stopped hearing the sirens.
yes,
Because like
Yes.
all of a sudden it was like, what the hell?
it's like dead.
And it was what happened was
Or
the
someone's
hospital
dead, I
had
don't know.
filled up so
Yeah.
much that they weren't going that way anymore.
Mm,
And like, but that shit all ended like 2 months in.
Yeah.
And
But in Canada, see,
Yeah.
this is back to your point. In Canada, it lasted forever. Canada was the longest lockdown in North America, in Toronto. And people are like, why do you hate it? I got my ass to Florida. I was like, I'm going to Florida. I'm not dealing with this shit. And I lost like so many followers on Instagram. No, everyone was like, oh my God, she's a horrible person. I'm like, okay, whatever. If me like
Florida
saying the
wouldn't
truth.
let me in.
But no, but this is what's
They
crazy.
wouldn't let me in. I
Then
tried to go to Florida and they're like, no.
No, but then there's other people lying. What I don't understand is I had so many friends who would lie about being in Florida. I'm like, oh, post this picture. They're like, oh, I can't have people know I'm in Florida. So why are you here? Like, practice what you preach. You know what I mean? Like, if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Or if I say I'm not going to, like, I'm not pretending to be scared of COVID and like hiding and like, and then going to Florida. Like, get out of my red state then. I don't know what to tell you. If you want to be here, like, own it. Like, you're going to just, because people are going to think I'm a bad person. Well, maybe you are. I don't know. You're lying. So at least I'm being honest.
Drake or Kendrick Lamar?
Yeah.
Drake.
Oh my
Fucking
God.
go back. Go
But
back
just
to your
this
fucking
is the
bullshit.
thing. That was just a like.
Yeah,
was
that
just
was
a-
automatic.
Why?
Yeah.
Because you're
I don't know, I went
you're
to a lot
going
of-
back.
He's,
I went
he's
to a
from
lot of-
Toronto. Yeah.
No, I
so
went
it's
to.
like-
I did go to because he's one of the many who escaped communism, aka he got out of Canada. So I'm really proud of him for doing that. But
Do you think the over dramatizing of that dramatization of that stuff is like
It's all PR.
hurtful to the cause eventually? Like
Like, who
Escaped
cares?
communism.
But it's communism. I thought you were talking about Drake and
It's
Kendrick.
not
I'm like,
really,
whatever, let
no.
them have their fight. Like, no, I love being like, I'm like very anti-Canada at this point because I'm just like, it's insane. The problem with Canadians is they are so compliant, and it's really scary to see how quickly people turn into sheeps when you lock everything down. No one talks back. No one says anything. There's like censorship. Like I have to have a.
But that's because
thing on my
Canada's
phone to get-
Buffalo's bitch.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
I
So
guess,
like,
yeah.
I mean,
It's not wrong.
yeah.
I did go to a Drake concert in Buffalo. So.
How was it?
It was really good actually. I went on a whim.
Do you think he can come back from this?
Drake?
Yeah,
or
to be
Justin
like the
Trudeau?
man.
Yeah, I think people will always love Drake.
You think he'll be able to fight back? Does he fight back against Kendrick, or does he just move on?
Like, just come up with another song or just like move on. Like, shut off the channel. Like, I'm bored of hearing about it. You know what I mean? Like,
It's hard. Kendrick he's doing the Super Bowl and he's like shitting on him again.
Yeah,
That was
like,
amazing.
the thing
It's
is, like,
awesome.
That's
You
amazing.
don't
That
even
was
know-
the
I'll
move.
show you some things, and it's more like he modeled that over a like General Patton speech where he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
like Americans fucking fight." I'm educating you right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah,
Real
yeah.
Americans fight, and they go
Yeah.
like tooth and nail, and Canadians don't know. They don't know.
Yeah.
that's what, but that's true. That is an accurate description of Canadians. Canadians don't fight back, and I feel like I'm not one of them. I also haven't lived in Canada for like 10 years, and people are always like it's very hard to find a word that I say with an accent, I think. I don't know, do you think I have an accent? I say pardon, but I just think it's polite.
You got something.
Yeah,
I don't
there's
know what it
something there,
is.
Really?
but what
You
it
got
is.
Do I have a
something.
twang?
No, it's more. It's you got a nasally.
Oh no,
type
that's
thing.
that's like a condition.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. It actually is.
Oh,
Actually,
we
I
gotta
have
protect
nasal
her.
polyps.
We gotta
That's
protect
no,
her. I
guys,
can't-
that's
we
one of
can't
the
call it
comments.
out.
That's one of the comments. That's not an accent. That's nasal polyps. That's and it's not. It's not from
They're
the,
not real.
It's not.
Go to
it's-
Florida.
no,
Live that
listen.
shit.
Like it's not. It's like that is a condition.
Yeah.
Go up, walk, get sunlight, whatever Joe Rogan
Oh,
says.
I
Take the
do need-
horse
I know,
stuff.
like can't touch grass, go outside. Yada,
No,
yada.
but
Yeah.
no. I don't make fun of people for their accents.
No, that's fine.
If I
do.
did, I would make fun of Floridians.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll give them
there's
that.
a lot
But
of
most
bad.
of the good
There's a lot
people-
of bad accents.
Most of the people in Florida like are just transplants now. It's all the New York / Miami. Like if she has that in her bio, run.
My wife watched the
You got it.
debate last night,
Yes.
and she had a few great comments.
Okay, let's hear
And
it.
one of which was, "This was clearly 3 against 1."
Oh, 100%. I mean, you can't have a real debate anymore. And the thing is, the last debate with CNN, it was actually pretty.
Good.
It was pretty restrained, right? But also because it was a dying ship. Like they just jump in.
They did that intentionally to Joe Biden. They killed
did it
Joe Biden.
intentionally. I mean, we all knew he wouldn't be the candidate. I mean,
I didn't know because I
didn't know?
really
No one told you?
because
okay.
no because I really I mean I think there was a clear fight between Obama and Biden there and Obama won, but no, I don't think so, and I think they rolled him out there like why put him out there that early in the debate
Yeah.
if you're not trying to kill him.
Yeah.
Because
it
they
was-
knew where he was, and I've met him twice.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
You
so
had the pleasure. Was
not
it
met
early
him.
or before
No,
his
I
bedtime?
was very
Okay.
close in conversation,
Got
like
it.
in live events with him. So
Okay.
met him is an overstatement.
Yeah.
But I mean, I saw it and like
You saw
immediately
it,
came
right.
back and I said, "This guy's really old."
Right. That was your
I don't
first
think
thought.
I don't think he's dementia.
Yeah.
But
It
like,
is-
I don't want my I don't
Yeah,
want.
the thing is,
my,
it is
I
very
don't-
sad. It's
Yeah.
hard to even hate. It's like it's sad. Let the man retire. Like he's a puppet. He says whatever you guys want. Like who cares? Move over.
And I have
like,
no idea if he's a puppet or not, but he
he
was
is a
old.
You know what
And
I like? I
he
like
made
when
he's good. He's good at comedy.
Yeah.
I like
He
when
really
he gets
is.
mad. I like when he gets mad. I like when he gets mad.
Donald Trump. It's
No.
good.
So
I like that.
I really thought.
That's gold.
I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
The 2 times I saw him, I really thought he was engaging when he worked the crowd. Like he
Interesting.
did great.
Well, I
crowd
would
work.
hope he would be a
And
little
he'd be
bit
like,
engaging
yeah,
to get that
no,
far.
100%. And he'd be like, oh,
It's like
and
I don't
he
like
could do it.
Obama, but the thing you can't say, like Obama has a great like crowd presence. He's
Yeah, but he wasn't. He's not like Joe Biden was funny.
yeah.
Like
Interesting.
you know,
You felt-
Obama's
you felt
refined.
the
He's
laughter,
never
yeah.
saying anything that you can
Right.
pin against him ever.
Unless he's talking shit about Trump.
But maybe it's because
but
like the
even that,
more
no.
drugs they started feeding him, like maybe he started getting a bit funny.
No, I like
No.
when things
I
about
think
Trump.
that's his. I think
Bit
that was who he
loopy?
was.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like
That's-
as it.
You
I
he
think
was-
that's the part
but
to
see,
say.
I think Donald Trump is the best stand-up comedian of our generation. Truly, there is no funnier guy out there. There is no funnier man. He's pretty hilarious.
I mean, I
but
think
that's also his
I think-
downfall. That's his downfall too. Like last night, the problem with Trump was he wasn't restrained enough, right? Like he needed to be a bit more. The thing is, like, she knew how to trigger him, and trigger is like such a liberal word. But the thing is, like, Donald
She played
Trump's
the game last
downfall.
night.
Yeah, Donald Trump's downfall is like his hubris, and hubris is like excessive pride leading to one's downfall. Like that's the exact definition. And by saying things like, "Oh, your crowd size," see, like my crowd's bigger than yours. Like like that's how you're gonna like. And
but
I
the
love
golf
Trump,
game
but that's how
one
you
was amazing.
That was so good. I would have paid so much money.
and
to
he
see that
still
golf
brings it
tournament.
back. Like
I
he
don't-
still brings it back.
I
Like,
don't-
and
I
I'm
don't
like, this
golf,
is good.
But I would yeah. It just I don't know.
Do you look at it and go, "This is really good. This is really bad"? Like, we could win with this.
Yeah, like
Are you a strategist,
I
or are
actually
you?
try to be as unbiased as possible, and people laugh at me because I have like CNN notifications on my phone. Everyone's like, "Raquel, why do you have CNN?" I was like, I like to see what they're saying, so I like to see both sides of things. I want to look at a conservative outlet, and I want to look at a Republic or like a liberal outlet, and
So
form my own opinions. But I think that's something that people are missing these days.
So
No one can do that except me. I'm perfect.
if you want liberal, you go to MSNBC.
Yeah.
CNN's pretty run the mill.
But you know, but
They're-
around
they-
the middle.
Yeah, they're
Trump
pretty
fell
around the middle.
off stage. Did you see that headline? Trump fell off stage.
But
Scuffle happened.
but
shot.
they're around the middle.
Yeah.
They'll push either narrative to get the views.
Right.
Right? Like
Right.
they're looking at it going, what's going to get views? And
Yeah.
they'll push either way, actually.
Mhm.
Whereas like MSNBC, you're going to get like spoon fed the
Yeah.
party line. And then Fox is pretty conservative. And you know,
But it's not even pretty conservative anymore. If you want the truth, you have to go to X these days. And that's why, you know what would be an insane debate? Like if you want a real debate that's not biased and not like a 3-on-1 situation, it would be on X. It would be like, I'd love to see like an X moderated debate. Like that's the future.
they can't do that.
Yeah. Why?
Because the whole system falls when you allow for
For the truth and
for the democratization
Right.
of politics,
Right.
and neither side will win if they take the filters
But
off.
what people don't realize is the debate last night, it has no bearing on the real. Like people are saying, oh, Trump lost. Everyone knew who Donald Trump was. Everyone knew that that's what he was going to do. Everyone knew he was going to have some good one-liners, have some funny jokes. Like what we needed to hear was Kamala's policies and all this. And instead, she's flip-flopping so hard. Donald Trump got called out 4 times by 4 different fact checks, and Kamala 0. She said things that she's disagreed with in the past. Like,
and on the fact check too, like they said that someone didn't need a pet.
yeah, but
Like,
this is
but
it's like
You start
it's-
Googling and you find that story.
Yeah, it's also like it did happen. But the thing is about Trump, like he fell for it. Like they want a clip of him the next day being like, well, this person got you, because it sounds ridiculous, but it's true. It's like Rob Ford smoking crack, right? They say this ridiculous. It's like you can't even make that shit up. Like they're literally eating animals. Like they are truly, literally eating. And then, but if he says it and they get this downbite the next day, like he sounds like a conspiracy theorist, right? Like
because he used they and all and impugned
Yeah.
every immigrant.
yes.
Where it's like a pretty limited
Yeah.
story.
Exactly.
Right. But it happened.
But then they
to say it
fact-check,
didn't
like,
happen.
And the thing is, and then it's like we could fact check Kamala for saying like she supported gun buyback policies, which she did.
I
by the way.
saw one. Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
And then there's a clip being like, I own a gun. Since when? Are you trying to keep
then-
yourself safe? Is that like for the next like attempted assassination attempt? She's like, I got my gun.
And then
Second Amendment.
I saw a fact check today about the bleeding out parking lots.
Yes.
Maybe somewhere. I don't know where I saw
Yeah.
it, but I saw it.
I
And
saw-
you know,
yeah.
and I think that's right. Like, well, show us the person.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what you're. And I think when I have very liberal friends, obviously,
Mhm.
and I think that's what they're missing is that like, okay, you're saying these things, but like, where? Show me the evidence.
Yeah, show me the evidence. And the thing is, if you're gonna fact check everything, fact check everyone. Like, you can't pick and choose who you're gonna fact check. And that's the part that was insane last night. Like, it was, everything Trump said, picking it apart. All of a sudden, Kamala can say whatever she wants. She's pulling stuff out of her ass. She came up with her policies on Monday. On Monday, her policies were released, which were, by the way, like cut and paste of Biden's policies. And she's changed her stance on pretty much everything.
Where do you think you can go with making America hot again?
This is the thing.
Like, call your shot here.
Okay.
Where do you think you can go with this?
Make America hot again. It's a lifestyle now. It's going to be one day. But I want to do like more parties, more events. I want it to be like I don't want it to be an ultra political space. That's the thing. Like I don't want it to be some convention. Like I like politics. I've always liked politics. But like the average person at that party wasn't super obsessed with politics. They just liked politics or liked saying things like the R word. The R word, you're not allowed to say it out loud. They just wanted to like speak freely and have a place where things weren't getting shoved down their throats. Like people weren't attacking them. Like, and it was a really nice thing to have a bunch of people in the same room who like thought the same. And it comes down to values, right? Like it's like, and it's like with dating, right? Like I would never date a liberal. And you know why? I've done it. I tried it. I said, don't speak to me on election day. They spoke. He spoke. Whatever.
I think if you're really hot, you could just say whatever you want.
The
People
thing
go,
is,
oh.
but girls and boys are a little. But the thing is, I love politics, so I want to talk to someone about politics. I want to be like, "Did you see the debate last night?"
But
like,
do you want to
let's
talk to
discuss.
people that agree with you, or do you want to talk? with
No,
people?
because the thing is, like, I've gotten in fights with boyfriends before about like issues. Like, we've been the same on issues. Like, we get into fights about triggered like abortion or like whatever. Like, I've gotten into those arguments with people before who were like on the right. So I don't.
My favorite is when like right-wing politicians have daughters that have abortions.
That's why. Like, the thing is, if you
Or
want to
do you
say
remember
my
like the
body, my choice-
Republican that had the wide stance? He was like completely anti-gay, but got arrested in the men's
It's
room.
always like that's what I mean. They're all hypocrites. Like all politicians lie. They're all hypocrites. Like don't get me wrong. I love Trump. I love how Trump just says it like it is, and that's what I like because that's how I am, right? Like I love that he calls out bullshit. He'll be like, "That was stupid. She's wrong." Kamala would never say that. She's a seasoned politician. She's taught not to speak like that, right? Like she's an establishment.
And I think they miss that on the left.
Exactly.
They're not understanding what's attractive to the people that support the conservative side.
Yep.
And they're not understanding what's repulsive either to those
Exactly.
same people. And like what's repulsive to you on the left is obviously not repulsive on the right.
Right.
But you have the same tendencies.
Exactly.
that
That's
push
the
you
thing. We're
away.
more alike than you think. You know,
If we got
But I like
honest, we're 90% the same, and
Exactly.
we're fighting
And,
about
like,
fringe issues.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why, like, with this Make America Hot Again, I wanted it to be like, look, you can be Republican and be normal, and like we could gossip, we could talk about boys, we could talk about fashion. Just because you're Republican doesn't mean you dress badly or don't. You know what I mean? And the amount of people I saw on the street with like piercings and all that, like that look super lib. Like I went up to them because I thought they were super lib, and he's like, "Yo, let's go!" Like this guy was like a skateboarder, like bro, and he's like, "Yeah, Trump," and I'm like, "Let's go!" Like you know what I mean? It's you really can't judge a book by its cover anymore.
yeah. It's actually.
But that's the whole thing.
true.
That's what I wanted to tell them. I'm like, you can't judge a book by its cover. Like, just because someone is like looks a certain way or whatever, it doesn't mean that they're a liberal, you know? So that was where I stood on that.
I really thought, my dog's hiding.
Oh, that's good. I'm happy for
Yeah,
him.
I
How's
had
he
a-
enjoying?
what
He's
they-
in the basement.
No, he's under the blanket.
Oh,
hiding,
okay,
yeah.
that's cute.
He's
This
like,
is a-
but like, I don't get how people can't
Yeah.
on both sides of this conversation see the nonsense.
Yeah.
That's the part that bothers me.
People can't cut through the bullshit anymore, and that's it. But that's what I'm trying to
That's
be
why
as
you're
unbiased.
bring
Like I
bully
obviously,
back.
bring bullying back. Like I'm obviously, like I'm pretty biased. Okay, like I love Trump. I've always loved Trump. I've always been conservative. But like there's certain issues, like I said, I don't agree with. Or like I have liberal friends. I don't always talk to rooms full of like full Republicans, but. With this Make America Hot Again, I wanted to like have a party and I wanted it to be fun, like music, dancing, like everyone's vibing each other, everyone's saying whatever they want, like, and that's what I wanted to do. And now I want to do more events. I'm like trying to plan the next event.
Chris was so sad when he saw the
was really
DJ with
sad.
the American flag
Yeah.
behind
I
it.
brought
He
it
was
up
like,
like 5 separate times.
Did
I
you
was
like
that's
that
where I
little
need to
touch?
be.
You
then he
liked
started
it?
drinking and
Yeah.
he was like,
And
fucking
it
be
was,
there.
It was fun. It was
He started
honestly
drinking.
so
He's like,
fun.
I would be there right
Yes.
now.
And I actually got so many people
Yeah.
came. I was almost blown away. I was like, I just had this little idea to have a party of all similar, like-minded individuals.
Are you
and
working
people
for
came.
dating rights stuff?
I am right now. So and I said, even like I brought this idea to John. I was like, let's have a party, but let's not like push that it's a dating event. And this is why I said to him, I wouldn't go to a dating event. I would think that's weird. I'd be like, I'm not that desperate. I don't need a boyfriend that badly. Like that's embarrassing. You know what I mean? It's almost like weird.
I'm with you.
I'm like, I wouldn't do that. So the thing is, like, I'm gonna think I'm my client here. Like, I'm gonna be like, what would I go to? I'm not gonna go to a dating event, but if it happens to be a room with all guys who would vote the same way as me and they're like attractive, you know, maybe I'll walk around, maybe I'll talk to people, whatever. I'm open-minded. So, and that was sort of the idea. So I said to John, let's do a party. And he's like, okay, cool, do it. And I was like, okay. So I threw together a party. I made a pink poster. And I told girls they should come meet other girly pops. Because I would like be receptive to that. If someone's like, oh, come meet other girly pops. And there like happens to be one or two cute boys. Like, okay.
Where do you go with this?
So
Personally, what's the business for you?
I honestly don't know yet. I think I'm figuring it out as I go. Like I'm really having fun right now. And that's
Are you
something
doing brand deals?
I did a few, but now I think no one's gonna work with me anymore because
That's not true at all.
Yeah, that's the issue. I'm doing some. I do some on the side. And like it's pretty like I did a Facetune one, which is pretty cool. Everyone's like, they're gonna know you edit your photos. Everyone edits her photos. No girl looks like her photos, okay? That's just I always say to guys, I'm like, if you are on a dating app, you are choosing the worst picture, and that's what she looks like, and then take off 10 pounds. Okay? That is what that girl looks like. Guys, opposite. Pick his best photo. He looks better than that, and he's probably hotter, and the picture's probably from 5 years ago, because guys don't know how to take pictures. And if they do, red flag. If their photos are too good, that's another red flag. Because
Chris took a good photo today.
Boys should not be there.
Not of myself, but yeah.
He took a good
fire
photo of
selfie?
me. He took a good
okay.
photo of me, and the first one in like
you have a good
30.
friend.
Well, I don't know. Red flag.
Adversary.
Red flag.
No, but like
He's just trying to bait you.
No, but
into
you know, this is the
red
thing. You need to
flag.
know. You need to know how to be an Instagram boyfriend because like one day I'm gonna need someone to take photos of me. But
Dude, he does Giggly Squad. He does.
you shouldn't like
he
it.
does
Shouldn't be
girls
like
all day long
it
in here.
shouldn't be photos that are that good. You know what I mean? Like he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
anymore.
he's
I don't
gotta
know
make up your mind.
Yeah,
we.
Okay,
I
not
think
gonna
we
make
need.
up-
I want an offline boyfriend. Okay, this is like my.
I think we need to find a girlfriend for Chris.
Okay, fine.
That's
do
where
you
I
want to
think
come
we
on
need
my
to go.
show? I'm also gonna make a dating show for conservatives. I'm doing it with the right stuff.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll
but
go on
people
any
keep
dating
backing
show.
out, which is my huge problem.
What do you mean they keep backing out?
Like I keep trying to get. I feel like
Like
a
a date?
creepy
What's
man.
a dating show?
So I feel like a creepy.
Is it a
man.
podcast? Is it a
No, so I want to do like a TikTok, like you guys go on a date, and like I'm gonna ask you ridiculous questions, and, like see what sticks.
Dude,
So
let's do it.
yeah,
I'll do it.
I'm gonna be.
I'll do
But
it.
the thing is, like people are scared.
Do I have to build like a 5-foot section of wall on the show, or like what do
No,
I get?
no,
What
no,
are the
it's
Can
gonna
we
be
pick
requirements?
chill.
the? Can
I'm
we
just
pick the girl?
Yeah, we
And-
can pick the girl.
and
I
we'll
actually
share
have,
the
how old are you?
content?
How old are you? How old are you?
27.
27. Okay.
We'll share the
I'll find-
content?
I have a list of girls right now. I have an Excel. I have
I've
an
known him
Excel
for, I can vouch
spreadsheet.
for him for like 7 years. I've
Yeah.
known him. He
I
is
have
a
an
little
ex-
creepy and a little
I'm-
weird, but like he not that creepy
I have
or
an
weird.
Excel spreadsheet of all
That's
women.
pretty good. That's
And-
pretty good.
Yeah.
So
We-
that's
we
And I have their
pretty good.
ages. I have their job description.
This
They're
is
all
it.
qualified. They're all
Do you
good
have their
looking.
salaries and equity?
like,
So we need a
honestly,
sugar
how-
mama for Chris because he's
Yeah.
a producer of
Well,
podcasts.
you're following your dream, and that's what's important. No, I'm kidding.
His dream is to be the best podcast producer in the world,
He probably will be.
and like he's on track.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
mean,
good.
yeah,
I'm the worst podcast he does.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
by far.
Yeah.
By far.
It's actually not true because I've seen
like a
some
room full of
clips on his
haters.
on the website.
You're
So,
like,
yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean,
some
no.
people, yeah.
But I think
Men lie, women lie.
yeah, but I think we could get him
He
a
missed
date.
the line. He missed the line.
Yeah, I think we could
I
get
think
it.
you were supposed to get a line there. But,
Numbers don't. Anyway,
Yeah.
continue.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I don't
carry on.
care. I don't. do you think I listen to him?
Well, yeah, probably not. I don't know.
Yeah, but we this. I'm in for this.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, I'm trying to
I'm
set
in.
people up. I'm trying to set up conservative couples, and I'm trying to make it like cool. Also, like everyone's like, the girls are nervous because they're like, I
Can
don't want
we
the
pick
guys
the
to
date?
be weird.
Can
yeah,
we pick the date?
yeah, I don't want the guys
Yeah.
to be weird. So I said to all the girls, I was like, don't worry, I'm only picking people that like I would go on a date with. Like
So
I'm not
a
picking
little.
anyone.
I'm a little worried
Okay.
about that.
But the thing is, girls keep.
Why are you worried about that?
Why?
I'm a little worried about that.
Why?
If that's the like, I don't
No,
know if
but
we can
I
get.
have-
I don't know if we can get him past the line.
Okay,
We
yeah,
might have
see,
to run.
I am a-
What if
I'm
we
a-
run? All right, here it is. I'm
I'm a
pitching this.
tough.
Ready?
Okay, let's hear it. Let's go.
We run a training camp
Got it.
to get guys to the line
Okay.
where then they can go date these girls. Because I
Yeah.
don't think he's ready for that
Well,
level.
Maybe I could train
But
you.
we
I
could train
coach
him.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
we could do a whole coaching session together,
Yes.
like how to date a
Yeah.
girl and how to not be an idiot.
Look,
like guys don't know
look,
basic thing. Like guys don't know basic. Like make sure she gets home okay. You know, like it's not rocket science, boys. Like it's really not. You have to send like. Did you get home okay? Like maybe if you kiss her, you send a message the next day. You know, maybe it's not nice to like.
But then girls
you know-
don't respond.
I'm the girl who doesn't respond.
Yeah.
But it's
It's
so
like-
vibes. So vibes. Like you know. People don't do that anymore these days.
Did you date in Miami? Or
I
you have a
did.
boyfriend?
I did. I had a boyfriend for a little
I don't
bit.
think I ever went on a date in Miami. It was like the worst dating
I
city
know
in the
it's
history of the
it's
world.
actually a really bad dating city. I had a boyfriend. Yeah, I don't know. He's a lawyer, so I was pretty bored. And the thing is, I got in trouble for exactly what I would get in trouble with at work, like which is just saying ridiculous things, like being how I am now. This gets in trouble. Okay, this is why I can't be in an office.
So it used to be celebrated.
Yes.
So when I got my first summer clerkship here in New York.
Okay.
It was like 2000, 2001. That time.
Back
I
in
don't
the day.
remember if it was summer or
Like
first,
when I was
or
born.
First year, yeah.
Because I'm
And
so
like
young.
I would go in and he, like I know for a fact that you were born in 1998.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Me?
97.
No, I was 96.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm old.
So it's end of the year. Your birthday's not.
No, I'm February 16, 1996.
Ah.
I'm an
that's-
Aquarius. I'm a Libra rising.
There you go.
In case you know
So,
you're dying to
all right.
know.
That's so liberal. You
Yeah.
know,
I
So-
know,
your
but
sign.
guys, but see, that's the thing. I'm allowed to care about my woo-woo, like liberal bullshit, but I also like politics.
So, and those are two separate things.
Exactly.
And I think that's the
what
point.
people keep putting me in a box. And that's why, like with the Make America Hot Again, it's like, we can talk about the dumbest shit in the world, but let's also have a conversation.
So I want to tell you
love
this
dumb shit.
story
Okay, let's
because
hear
I think you're going to enjoy it.
Let's hear it.
So when I was a young lawyer, either summer clerk or first year or second year, if your computer was unlocked, David Noble would show up, and all attorney emails, all staff emails, like off your account, and they would be the most ludicrous things
So
you would
what
ever
were
get.
you sending out? Like,
Yeah, like imagine it. And then
yeah, I'm going to use my imagination.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were liberal at this point or.
No.
conservative. Okay.
But it wasn't political. It was not safe for work.
Got it.
So like it would be Raquel
See, that's
sending
why
this
it's
out.
so fun.
So Raquel would send this thing out,
yeah.
and the immediate response of
Yeah.
every partner of this global law firm,
Yeah.
one of the biggest in the world, is like,
It's a stuffy
"Oh,
place.
they just got nobled." Like Noble just got
that's
on their
really
computer.
good.
Like so, right? They would just be
yeah.
like, "Oh, Noble showed up on their computer,"
Oh, that's
and
sick.
they would get in trouble
Yeah.
for not locking their computer.
Wow.
And like that was the world.
Yeah.
And now could you imagine I would be like tarred and feathered and thrown out on the street.
Oh, yeah.
Like you
I'll
can't.
give you my laptop if you want.
Yeah. But no, I mean like
Yeah.
really it was celebrated,
Mhm.
that type of behavior. And then all of a sudden it wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. So like it's okay. It's like little kids in the classroom. They're all given like ADHD medications. They're all like kids aren't meant to sit still.
Did they
I'm
give
like
you
a big
pills?
kid. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, no, they didn't give me pills when I was younger. That's why it was a problem. I was in the principal's office every day. So like I'm used to this
For doing
lifestyle.
good things or bad things?
Very bad things.
Oh, see, I
just,
would
like,
go
call
for
people
both.
names.
I'd go for
like,
both.
But it wasn't even bullying. It was funny. I was like the class clown. Like I put our Blackberries back.
You're
when-
not a
when
mean girl.
No, I'm not a mean girl. I was
Which
always
is
just,
which
I
is
was
not
like-
what I expected.
No, I went to an all girls school and I was like the class clown. Like I was the girl who was. But the thing is, I'll be a mean girl if you're a mean girl to me. I'll be a bigger mean girl. So that's. But I'm not a mean girl.
I
But
don't
my
get.
enemies.
I don't get. You're not giving mean
Okay,
girl.
really, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. But
As
I
the
would
kids say.
I would prank around, and I always had guy friends because I would always be like the shit disturber. I'm like a full-time shit disturber, and that's now what I do for a living. I disturb the peace. I shit disturb.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that gets attention.
Yeah, so I would put blackberries on the ceiling like one time, like you know those ceilings that like lift up like this, and we would all ping our phones, and the teacher like thought she was going crazy. She's like looking around like what the fuck, and she just looks at me and goes, Raquel, what? How do you know it's me? And
There's a very famous person I went
I was like
to.
Ferris Bueller.
There's a very famous person I went to high school with, and a couple of them, but one in particular, we all decided in 10th grade religion to pretend we were on acid. The teacher quit.
So how did you pretend? Like what did you like
it was
ask?
just, I don't know. It was
Yeah.
stupid. Just
Interesting.
stupid. But he was kicked out of the room, and then he was just running back and forth
Yeah.
because they had the little squares
Were
on the
you-
doors. And
Were
no,
you
I
the
was
kid
in
who was kicked out of the room?
No, I was in the room. No,
See,
this
I
famous
was the
person
kid.
was.
I was the kid who I spent my days in the hallway.
My
or the
biggest thing I
principal's
get in
office.
trouble for was like coming in late. I was not.
okay.
I was not keen. Like, I was not keen to be there on time.
Yeah.
I don't follow rules
Yeah,
really
see,
well.
that's the problem. Like if you tell me what to do, I'm gonna do the opposite.
Mhm.
You know, that's kind of how
Do you- Do you think
I don't take direction. Like,
creative direction?
like if you're like, oh, this has better lighting, I'm like, if you're trying to help me, like maybe, but
Do you think in 10 years from now, people don't care about what you're doing on the internet?
But yeah, definitely no one cares.
Yeah.
No one is going to, like, me specific. The thing is, I think in
Can
10
you
years,
run for
everyone's going
office
to be
in 10
famous.
years? Yeah.
Me?
Yeah. Doing the content you're doing, do you think
I throw a lot of F-bombs around. My dad says it's not very ladylike.
My mom gets mad when I
Yeah,
swear.
but the thing is, it's very natural to me. It's very, very natural. And it was funny because there was a speech that Trump was doing, and he was like, they said I'm not allowed to swear, but it's a lot funnier when I started. The way he said it was really funny. I was like, ugh, relatable king.
It's a related. So
I also say a lot of dumb shit like that. That I'm
I
like,
get in trouble with my mom for the show, and she's like, "You can't put swear." And my wife, both of them get mad at me, and I'm like, "But that's how I talk.
That's how it's natural. It's like it gets people going. You know?
I'll never get good at this as an actor."
Yeah. That's how I feel. The thing is, when I feel stuffy, I feel awkward. Like if I'm like stiff and like uncomfortable, like I'm my best once I start getting rolling. I'm like a stand-up comedian at this point. Like it's once I get rolling, I think I'm pretty good. He's laughing. He's
laughing at you, not with
you. Know what? At least
you gotta
someone's
watch
laughing.
out. Yeah,
was he laughing at you? No,
he's always laughing at me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was better.
He's never laughing with me. He's always laughing at me.
That's okay. But see, I just want people to smile. Like I'm like the class clown. You know
if
what
you
I mean?
make him smile, you break a record.
Yeah, like I'm like I just want some laughs.
Yeah.
Like it's good. It feels good. But that's what I'm saying. Like you could make people laugh and talk about politics. Like it doesn't have to be one or the other. And that's why I feel so. I'm over a lot of these people on the internet because I'm like, you could be like a normal girly pop, talk about politics and also.
Nothing they say in the comments actually matters, right?
Yeah.
Like let it go.
Well, yeah, I don't really look at it. Well, I'm not pressed over it. Like I'm not crying myself to sleep because like some fat they them said like
Do you cry?
You're horrible.
Has one ever really hit you?
Okay, the thing is I'm very tough.
Sure.
Okay, but I'm very tough. I'm like very tough.
Until.
So
there's like certain triggers that but I can't tell people about the triggers because then they're gonna start commenting. I'm not gonna
But
give away my weakness.
like so like one of the things I really believe is like yeah. Like
you're like, yeah, I am.
Yeah,
like,
I'm like someone said, "Oh, you're
sound
overweight."
Nasally. Like, yeah, I'm nasally.
No, I'm overweight. Like, I am right now.
Like,
right now.
And then next month I'll be 10 pounds down. Like, I'm like a big fluctuator.
Yeah.
I also make a lot of skinny jokes. That was my transition into politics because I would say things that like no one's allowed to say. I'd be like, I just want to be so thin everyone worries about me.
Do you think you can catch fat?
Yes, I do think it's actually a real thing that if all your friends are fat, you will be fat.
You might want to move back.
See,
I'm not kidding. It's a
yeah.
No, it's a real thing. If you hang out, you are what you hang out with. You are what you surround yourself. If you hang out with fat bitches, you are a fat bitch. Even if it's like fat bitch mentality. Like I'm gonna hang out with skinny bitches, and I'm gonna be the skinniest girl in the room. But I am up right now.
Not with the skinny ones. See, you can't be the skinniest when you hang out with skinny.
I know that's the problem. You can't be the prettiest. It's also like it's like anything. Like you have to have your ugly friends to keep you, make you have good confidence. But I also have my pretty friends because then people think like, oh, like everything is optics. Okay, if you only hang out with skinny hot girls, people are gonna think you're a skinny hot girl, even if you're just a girl wearing like really high.
I can tell you no.
No,
no.
Or it's like the ugly friends.
There's a ranking that happens immediately as a man.
Yeah, that's maybe that's not true. But everything's optics. Like if I post that I go to enough like Pilates class, people are gonna think I work out, even though I don't work out. Like, you know what I mean? Everything's optics. Everything's like.
Anything you want to say?
Make America hot again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When are we doing it? When's the next event?
Make America hot again. I want to do end of October before the election.
And then we're gonna set up a date before then.
Yeah,
I think
we're gonna set up a date.
So so this episode has to go right around the election, right?
Yeah.
Like we have to. Yeah.
Whenever.
And so let's do that. Let's find another piece of
100%.
content and do
100%.
it. I think the world of Johnny. I know people that have known him since college, right?
Yeah.
And I've never liberal, black, white, ugly, good looking.
All the flavors.
All the flavors. Not one of them has ever said anything other than he's the best.
He is the best. He's like
except for people that only know his TikTok.
Yeah. He said someone yelled at him on the street the other day.
Like mean?
Yeah, like started like
yeah, that's gonna happen.
I was like,
but he knows that. But like people that know him, no one's ever said that. And so like, one of the things we do here with this podcast is we support UConn entrepreneurs.
Yeah, that's
and
amazing.
so like we don't distinguish like nobody else do we ask their political beliefs, but like he puts it on his chest.
Yeah,
I get it, but he's still a UConn family, and man, when I've hosted a lot of alumni over the years.
Yeah.
I've never got more texts. Thank you for bringing someone
Really?
back. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Someone had to do that.
Yeah.
And so, like, again, you said it. You are who you hang out with and who you surround yourself with. And, like, there will be people, this is Professor Noble, like, there will be people that will judge you for the rest of your life.
100%.
But there's also an internal integrity piece that you'll learn from him, not because he's a great person or this or that, but because I've seen how people that have known him for 15 years react. And the most interesting moment to me was when he went into the dairy bar and he's like, come here. And like, dairy bar at UConn, big deal.
Yeah.
And he's like, look at that.
Yeah.
And there was his name from when he was a student. He bought the donation to put his name on it, and it was Johnny McEntee, Dairy Bar's #1 fan.
That's pretty cool.
And what's he doing now? He's still fucking jamming that ice cream in his face,
it's
right?
insane. It's actually insane. And all the comments is actually pretty funny because I keep an eye on the comments. They're always like, "How are you not fat?"
How is
and
he
I
not
say the
fat?
same thing. I asked him the same question. I go, "Why aren't you fat?"
Genetics matter in these pieces.
Yeah,
like
he's like ordering like a 3-course meal for lunch. I'm like,
first time I met him, we were at the that wasn't the first time I met him. First time I sat down and really talked to him, we were at the Pancake House.
Oh, love.
And like,
he doesn't discriminate, like high end, low end. He just doesn't discriminate.
That's my bailiwick, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I agree. All right, so you got anything you want to say on the internet?
Well,
pretty good production, pretty good cameras.
Yeah,
Anything?
I mean, I just want to make America hot again. That's all I really want to do.
That's what he said.
Well, okay, sorry. So I want to make America hot again. I want people to also know that if you're Republican, you're not weird. It doesn't mean you're weird. It doesn't mean you're like one of these like
You could
alt-right.
be Republican and weird.
Exactly.
But you could be
weird.
Democrat and weird.
I know I'm weird. I'll just say it. I've always been weird. But yeah, like there's no like the boxes are kind of.
I think her approach, calling people weird, is effective, and I think it's a good approach.
And
that's how it
bring
should have
back
been
bullying. Bring back bullying. That's what I have to say. Bring back fat shaming. Bring back bullying. Like if I gain 10 pounds, my friends will be like, "Oh, like look at a little chubby in the face." I'll be like, "Oh, you just bullied me into losing weight. Thank you." Haters are your motivators.
Is the world ending?
Probably. Not like this year, but eventually.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, quit your job if you hate it. If you're a lawyer.
That's
Bye.
good.
Say bye.
That's the best
Quit your
advice you
job.
gave anybody.
No, literally, quit your job. You could, and people are like, "Yeah, I can't do it." Yeah, you can. Just do it.
Yeah, you'll find something.
Yeah.
And
He's leaving. He's like, I'm gone.
Yeah.
That took me like a minute to get.
It's a
'cause I
day.
was like,
It's
oh.
been a day for
I
him.
was like, oh, okay.
So here's the thing,
you
though.
hate it, just leave.
It's hard.
You
to
hate
move,
him, leave.
It's hard to move on until you quit it.
Exactly. And you have to make yourself uncomfortable too.
Yeah.
You know.
I lived in a shitty place
Yeah.
in Tuscaloosa, and like people will never understand. And
You have
like,
to make yourself
the
uncomfortable.
lesson was this is the worst it will ever get.
And I always say to myself, I'm like, I can't be poor. I literally can't be poor. I like nice things.
So I'm not afraid to be poor because I know I'll work the next day. And I asked a really wealthy guy this one day, like, how are you willing to take these risks? Why don't you just live off of this? And he's like, I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
I said, well, how'd you get not afraid? And he said, well, I'm willing to shovel shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
someone will
gotta
pay
be
me.
willing to
Someone
to
will
do
pay
the
me.
rough
And in a
grunt
week,
work.
a
Yeah.
week later, I'll hire 2 people
Yeah.
to shovel that shit. And I was like, oh man, like I can do anything.
Mhm. You have to be at every level. You have to be the
and,
one
like
willing to
I can build it
get
back.
dirty. Yeah.
I can build it back. I'm not afraid to lose it because I can build it back.
Yeah.
And like I think that's really, especially in the career that you're going down, in the career path you're going down. The thing I do, like, I could be critical of your content. I could be critical of your subject matter. I could be critical of your business choices. But what I do like is, no matter what, is the fearlessness of like, hey, this is where I'm going right now.
Yeah, this is what I'm doing.
And that means you can go to the next thing.
Oh, thank you.
People don't realize that, right?
Level up. No, it means it's like you're getting to the next level. You're getting to the next level. You're going in the
Or if
direction
you go
where
down,
you
you're
want to
not
be.
afraid.
Exactly.
You can do it again.
Yeah.
Every success
You can always
had,
go back. Like, it's like we can always go back. Things could go to shit. We could always go back to law, okay?
you could go
Sitting there
well,
waiting.
you
The
could,
bar
I
fee.
can't,
Yeah.
You
Like,
could
I'm
go
like,
back to Mississauga.
Okay, Kat, Toronto. Don't get that on tape. Like, people are actually going to think I'm from Mississauga. That would be really embarrassing.
But you can go home for a week.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
and
I
then
have-
hit a
yeah.
5-star hotel in
Exactly.
Geneva.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Right.
you could do it all.
And I think people really don't understand.
People don't get
that.
it. Like, don't be afraid to fail. Because, like, when I first started posting, people made fun of me so much and, like, sent around my video. Like, she's so embarrassing. Some of my videos I watch back, I'm like, that is pretty embarrassing. Like, not wrong, you know?
Look at me.
Yeah. And I am pretty embarrassing still. I still
Right,
post embarrassing things.
I
And I'm sure in
will
5
be-
years I'll be like, oh, I can't believe I said that. That's kind of crazy.
There's nobody that I've met
Yeah.
in entertainment, in the creator space or whatever, that hasn't looked back 6 weeks and
Yeah.
been like cringe.
Yeah, I'm so cringe. It's fun. Be a little cringe. Live a little.
You're always gonna be. You're gonna be better
little-
in 6 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
Right.
fun.
And
yeah.
then 6 weeks from that, you're gonna be like, oh, look at that shit. I
Yeah.
couldn't do that transition. Like
Yeah.
what? Like your cuts are gonna get better.
Yeah,
Right. Like
100%.
I've tried to explain that to people. Like, hey, this isn't about being perfect. It's
You
about
get better
getting
by
better.
doing. Just like post it. Like get out there.
Yeah.
Be embarrassing. Who cares?
What do you
You're
lose?
embarrassing. Like what's the worst that's gonna happen? Like someone's gonna talk
Someone
shit.
might
People
fire-
talk shit anyways.
Someone might
fine.
fire me for this episode, but
Yeah,
like, hey,
like,
we've
it's
been
fine.
searching. We've been searching for that
cares?
for a long time.
Yeah.
You know?
exactly.
But I really think, in all joking aside, what Johnny's doing is different, and that
Yeah.
scares people.
Exactly. Exactly.
And like,
I said, he's the only like really normal like conservative on the internet who's
Tucker Carlson's not. That
Oh, I love
absent.
Tucker. I love
He's not
Tucker.
that weird.
No, he's not that weird. But I'm saying like a majority.
I wonder how much of
conservative
Tucker's full of
influencers.
shit, though.
Yeah.
That's my one thing.
But
I watch him and
do
I'm
love
like,
Tucker.
ah.
I do love, but sometimes he gets even too conspiracy. It's like Tucker, like just sit down. But I do
Yeah.
like it. Like he questions things. It's
He
like,
does. Yeah. Who else? Tucker's not that weird.
Tucker's
He
not that
plays
weird.
weirder than he is, I
yeah,
think.
they all play up being weird. This is what I realized about a lot of influencers too. They play up. Like I met this guy who I love his videos. He's so funny, and I met him in person. I was like, oh, you're really normal. And he's like, wait, did you think I'd be weird? I was like, yes, you play into this like I'm a weird dude on the internet, and it's like I'm like you're so normal. Like you're just like you're like a normal like frat bro. I was like, why are you so weird on the internet? He's like, people like it. I was like,
I hope you had fun today.
I had so much fun. Thank you so much.
One, we're gonna definitely do the date.
Oh, 100%.
We have to do it.
We are doing that day.
But when you hit a KPI that you want to talk about,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and especially on the business side
Yeah.
around everything, welcome back.
100%.
So
We're doing it.
The
I love to
what
It's
I'd
really-
love
it's
to
really
see
fun,
is the
honestly.
continued success and growth of what
Yeah.
you guys are doing, because regardless, there's a place for normal, like
There's a place.
normal conservatives to
exactly.
date each other.
They exist.
So
Okay, so Rack,
Okay,
why did the FBI fail to protect Trump from the shooter?
Oh, we just finished. I was like, no, I'm kidding.
Uh.
Okay, first of all, what's her name? Chetney. Ugh, I can't even. This is like.
So I'm not deep enough into it. Let's
Okay,
approach
so-
the question from a different angle.
Okay,
Because like you
DEI.
don't
No,
know
I'm
why
kidding.
FBI.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no.
I don't know. I
But
don't know the
here's the
FBI
thing.
personally, but the thing is, like, it is kind of a sketchy situation. It's a sketchy
Dude, that
situation.
roof was tough. You
It-
gotta admit that was a tough roof.
It was.
Here's
Oh, the sloped roof.
It was
is
a
that what you're gonna
tough
tell me? Like
roof.
that's bullshit. That's what I mean. Like that
Tough
kid did not
roof.
get bullied enough. Oh, it's like it's
It's a
someone
tough
coming
roof
up
for
with
ladies to
excuses.
walk on.
Could they not think of a better excuse of like, oh, there's a slope roof? Like it is really messed up
tough
that
up
that
there.
happened. People saw him before. Like people
Do you
knew
think it
that
was
people.
fake?
No, I
You
do not
think
think it's fake.
that kid?
I don't think it was fake. That kid looks like a school shooter. He looks like the guy who would
yeah,
like
but
I'd be worried
he
about. Who I'd be
he
extra nice to,
stumbled
big red.
into the one building
Yeah, like it's
that wasn't protected.
It's insane. He didn't like Trump asked for more Secret Service protection. He didn't get it. Like it was the whole thing. They were trying to take away Trump's protection at the time. It's a tricky situation.
My thing is like it's either there's one of three things here.
Yeah, let's hear it.
One, it is an inside like a fake thing from
Maybe.
the Trump camp, which doesn't
No,
feel
I don't think
right.
so. I don't
that's
think
one
so.
of, but
It doesn't feel
but
right.
statistically there are only three things.
Yeah,
It's an inside thing from the Biden side,
yeah,
not necessarily Joe, but that side,
yeah. The Clintons.
or it. People die.
Are they not, like,
People die.
It's the Clintons. It's
People
the
die.
Clintons.
That's it. People do die.
People do die under and the Clintons do have
There
blood on
there
their
is an
hands.
increased propensity to die.
Yep, that's
That's-
all I'm gonna say.
You can make jokes. You can
I'm shocked
say
Monica
it.
Lewinsky
You can
is
be
still-
you can
is
be
still heartbreaking.
conspiratorial,
Yeah.
but like the
But you know
number
what?
of people
I
are too
think I'm a
many.
conspiracy theorist because conspiracy theories are usually right. I've realized. Anyways, what's the
But
third?
the third is there's a nation state that was able to pick up on clear breakdowns in Secret Service protection
Yep.
and communicate that in the internet to the weirdos on the internet. The
100%.
incels on the-
That makes sense.
and that like
makes
that
sense.
was Iran or that was North Korea or
Yeah.
that was
Or maybe it was
Russia or
just some
whoever.
weirdo from buttfuck nowhere who like had a gun and like thought he was sick and like tried to shoot it.
It's just like
It's
too
just weird.
much.
But
It's
it
too
was-
ridiculous that this kid shows up on a roof.
With no social media.
No nothing.
He doesn't
Somehow
have a
gets the
letter,
shot
no.
off and then gets shot.
Because that was an
within
easy shot.
seconds.
He should have been dead. It was an easy shot. I could have made that shot. Like,
Anyone that shot
Yeah.
rifles knows that was an easy shot.
exactly.
And like, but he got it off.
It was weird.
But that wasn't protected. But
It
it
was
wasn't
weird.
like all
But
those
even
things.
like the
How
way
does the
the,
kid know to go
the
there?
Secret Service reacted, it was crazy. It was like in slow-mo. Everyone was like, oh. Like,
Now
so
here's
but
my
then it's a DEI. Back to the DEI. The woman isn't even as tall as him. This is me being sexist.
yeah.
now.
That's just
But
that,
that's just. I'm sorry. Like, how
But,
could I
like,
protect you?
why
Let's say
are
I
we
was your Secret
pretending-
Service.
all right.
Why are we pretending that I could protect you? I'm 5'3".
you could.
What?
But
By
here's the
biting?
thing: why are we pretending that this wasn't a big deal?
That's what-
That's
That's
exactly
what I
what
don't
understand.
that's what
Like,
I'm
why
talking
are we
about right
still
now.
not
This is
talking about
fucking
it?
this is crazy.
This
Why are
is
we
like
still not
this
talking
was
about
the
it?
president.
It was the.
He was the president.
Yeah.
He is running for president. Someone
Yeah.
somewhere shot at
Yeah.
him.
And why do we not
And
have
there
more
are three
answers?
scenarios as to what that reason
And it
that
hasn't
happened.
happened since Kennedy.
And nobody gives a fuck.
No one gives a fuck.
No,
It's
it
wild.
happened. It happened to Ronald Reagan. He got shot.
Oh, sorry.
But
Reagan, Kennedy.
but
Yeah,
here's
yeah,
the
yeah.
thing.
America was hot.
When
Yeah,
America
but
was
America
hot.
was hot.
So
America
maybe
was
that's
good
the
looking and
precursor.
charismatic.
But
See,
there
they
are three.
hate hot people. See, they're preying on our downfall. They're like
they're
out here
all-
with guns.
Do you
Oh,
think Trump is hot?
he's a good-looking, like older, like no,
No, when he was young,
no,
he was.
like he's
when
a stud.
When he
a
was
stud. He's
in
blue
Reagan's era.
Do you think
Okay.
Barron's hot?
What?
Do you think Barron's hot?
Yeah, he's a good-looking little boy, but like he's too young for me. But like,
All right, we'll take that. We'll
Yeah,
take the
yeah, he's
little
a
boy
You
good
could
part of
date
it.
him.
No, but
He's
guys,
in
no,
there.
He's not little.
guys,
Yeah, he's like
okay,
6'6".
6'5", finance, blue eyes,
There you
trust
go.
fund, like baby boy. Check
So-
it all my boxes. Like I'm so like.
And you like
know what I mean?
autistic
it's
guys.
Yeah, and autistic. Yeah, like it's like check. Like how
So,
could like they're
I'll-
good-looking dudes. Like
We got to go back to this though.
yeah.
How are they not talking about it?
It's insane.
That is
like even
insane.
at the debate last night, like how did it get so swept under the rug? Like if this was Kamala, and what I don't understand too is like if Joe Biden got shot, I'd be like, wow, that's atrocious. That's what I don't like. I as a Republican would look at that and be like, that's really sad that that's our country. But why can a liberal not look at it and say, oh, that's really upsetting? That's what I don't understand.
It is
They can't see
horrifying.
clearly.
It is horrifying, regardless of how you feel about shooting at him.
Yeah.
It's horrifying that nobody see. We are pretending
Yeah.
that it didn't. Like, oh yeah, it was totally fucking normal
Yeah.
that somebody did this, and the kid's dead.
Yeah.
And we're just like, yeah, it was him, definitely him. No, fuck you.
And no one,
That's too
that was
much.
it. That night, I was up all night, like on conspiracy theory, like
Really?
Twitter, like I was like, blah, 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 like
I was roller
but I was like,
skating
how-
at Xanadu,
But I was
which
like, how
maybe
does
we could
no
send
one
Chris
realize-
on a date to
Yes,
Xanadu.
roller skating. That would be
Roller
cool.
skating, and it's out in Bushwick, Xanadu.
Oh God, so I have to go to Brooklyn.
No,
Roller skating
we
in
can
Bushwick.
send
This
them.
is
Do we
our
have to go?
conservative
Okay.
date to go roller skating in Bushwick.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what we're doing.
Oh, yeah.
I'll bring my blue wig and
Don't
fucking-
worry, it's not a blue wig. People come from all over. It's the only place you can roller skate. We're sending you on disco night, dude.
Dress up.
We're
and
sending you on
everything.
disco night.
Full
I'll send you the stuff. We
Okay,
we're
no,
sorry.
I'm not kidding.
One quick thing about
Yeah.
about the shooting. So
In your
appar-
country, if they had shot the president, would it
that,
still
so
Yeah.
here's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
I lived in
sit
fu-
down in the chair?
I lived in fucking West Africa for 3 years.
Yeah.
If someone called me and was like, "Oh yeah, the president just got shot,"
Yeah.
like I'd be like, "Oh, I could believe that."
Yeah.
If someone fucking called me and said that they just shot at someone who was running for president, I'd be, you're a liar. Like just stop fucking lying. Like this is insane.
Yeah.
This is like madness.
And
I can't believe no one's talking
within
about
3
this.
days, nothing.
Nothing. That's what I
That's
don't get it. They're like, we're
bonkers.
investigating. It's like, people accepting this? It's
I
like,
have
what?
no
We're all
idea.
Canadian all of a sudden. We just accept bullshit, like and lies that
But
are
it's not
fed to
even-
us.
it's
We're all
but-
compliant. Everyone's compliant. No one cares.
Aren't the Republicans
We're not
accepting it
Canadian.
too?
We shoot.
But
Yeah,
aren't the
exactly.
Republicans
They
accepting
shoot.
it?
Exactly.
Aren't
Maybe
the
that should be the next event.
aren't
Should we
the
all
Rep-
go to the
Yeah,
gun
shooting range?
range?
Yeah.
Like shoot a
I'm
game?
down.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
always
fun.
down.
I do have bedazzled pepper spray, so.
That's
See,
bullshit. You
girly
gotta get
pop.
real weapons.
No, I know.
Girly
I do
pop.
actually need a real gun. I just don't know if I'm allowed to carry it because I'm not a
No,
citizen.
you're not allowed here.
Yeah.
Do not carry a gun in the state of New York.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
But in
State
Florida,
is different.
you can carry. They have concealed carry.
Yeah,
In Connecticut,
don't
you can.
carry. Don't carry a gun if you don't have the right permits.
But I want to have. Yeah, I know. That's why I have to look it up.
Yeah, you can get the permits, but you actually need a reason in New York, and then you can't carry in New York. So only to the range, and then the NRA won that lawsuit, and then like now nobody knows, but like I assume they'll still arrest you. Just
Right.
don't fuck with that.
Interesting.
But here, Xana, fuck it. This is done. Let's go home. We'll come back again in a couple months.
Yeah.
You're fun.
Yeah.
You're like we'll talk about whatever happens.
Was I a good guest?
Not really.
Not
No,
really?
you were because
Okay.
and here's how I judge.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I'm actually curious.
I don't have a. The episode comes out. I can't judge it. So
Yeah.
like because I've been talking to you.
Yeah,
so
yeah. So
like
it's hard to know what happened.
right.
Yeah.
When I answer that question,
Mm.
the answer is, was that person honest in the conversation?
Okay.
Did I feel like they came in with a story and I'm going to tell you my story and
Yeah.
any effort to deviate?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the first, like, those are usually good.
Yeah.
Then there's like some componentry of familiarity. I think
Yeah.
that like some people are good at being familiar right away
Right.
and other people aren't.
Yeah.
And I think you get some of the best episodes are people that I knew before, but we
Yeah,
didn't
'cause you
talk
didn't-
about
yeah, 'cause
what
you
we were
had a
talking
vibe.
about.
Like
right.
there was a vibe.
Yeah.
You had like a repertoire. There was like a bit.
But
Yeah.
then like when I look at it, what do I want the show to be? I want it to be honest conversations about people trying to live their lives
Yeah.
and like make careers, make businesses out of whatever this thing is that we're calling creatorship and entrepreneurship and content creation. And so like I don't feel like you came in here and you're like, oh, all my shit's perfect and like we're gonna date and we're gonna do like that would have been like
no,
fuck
I'm
that.
not perfect. I'm
Right.
not perfect.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
far
you know
from-
that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I know.
no.
Everyone knows on the internet.
No, I mean, like, there's only one person perfect here, and it's me, right?
Okay,
like,
no,
yeah.
no.
So, no. Was it good for you though?
It was
Like,
so much fun.
Yeah.
I love to talk and
Do you-
and yeah.
Do you think that like, do people invite you to do this sort of stuff?
Sometimes, but like not that often because
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to say what I actually think, and that's a problem.
Is it people aren't allowed to publish what you think? Or
Yeah, people are just scared of being associated with like me. Even I have friends
I,
who
I'm
won't
a
post a
little
picture.
scared, but
Yeah.
I'm like
No,
tough enough to do it.
But I have friends who won't even post a picture with me anymore. They act like I'm like, guys, I'm 5'3". Like, what am I gonna do? Like, literally, why are you scared of a little white girl? Like, honestly, like, just like
You're
like,
white?
Yeah, isn't that wild? Like, all the comments are like, she's white, she's white. That's like people's favorite thing.
I didn't even know that.
And I know it's pretty crazy. That's like everyone's favorite thing is to say like, oh, a little girl.
I really,
I'm like, oh, so you think I'm little? So you think I'm tiny? Goals.
I didn't even know. So
Everyone's worried.
that is the thing. You can tell gender,
Yeah,
but you can't tell ethnicity.
yeah.
And like where I grew up, like white is a very specific thing. Where he grew up, white is a different thing, right? Like, how do you talk about it in Africa like that? Because I've been in those conversations. They're like, oh, that's someone that's white, and it's like they're not
Yeah.
white in my neighborhood,
Look, if you're white in Africa, it's just assumed you have a lot of fucking money, and usually,
but not white,
Interesting.
like
Yeah.
ethnically white. Isn't there like a divide oftentimes between skin tone in Africa where
yeah, there's definitely
where they would be
colorism and
black
shit.
here, but they're like in
But that exists in America too. Look at the whole fucking light skin thing.
Right.
Like, people
Yeah.
are like, yeah, so
Yeah.
it's not. That's
No,
You're
it's
right.
true. It's
and so
real.
I mean it's fake to
Yeah.
me. That's what it means.
Yeah.
Like that shit is fake to me.
100%.
Not the way we behave towards other people.
Mhm.
And so like, you know, if like and we had this conversation the other day with like there is a tragedy with black men
Oh, yeah.
that is happening in America and has been happening.
Mhm.
And like to deny it is ridiculous. It's
Yeah,
it's as
yeah.
ridiculous as denying that like
Agreed.
women don't have the same entrepreneurial opportunities in a university. Like,
Yeah.
you know, so, or that conservatives aren't just people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so I don't have much time in life to fuck around with fake correctness.
Agreed.
Um,
But see, that's why it's like being transparent, guys. It's so easy. It's like stop lying to yourself. Stop talking politically correct. You can be politically incorrect. It's way more fun.
you could
Trust me.
be,
It's
you could
way
be.
more fun. I'm having the time of my life. People are like, cancel her. You can't cancel me. I've already said it all.
Once you
It's it all.
accept, that's exactly it. Once
Yeah.
you accept, you can't be canceled. So
Yeah.
so on the right, you have to own your own editorial because then
Yeah.
you can't be canceled.
Exactly.
And as long as you own it, doesn't matter. I can't cancel people. Period. I
I
get
don't-
really
yeah,
annoyed.
I agree.
Harvey Weinstein, maybe.
Yeah,
That's
maybe I
like,
was,
you know,
yeah,
but-
You
but-
can put them in jail. You can put people in jail if they did crimes. Like, that's
Really-
not canceling.
Yeah.
Right.
If they did crimes, you put them in jail. Like, it's
Right.
not that
you know,
fucking.
like Epstein
I mean, I don't know.
Island,
You don't do
I
that
don't know,
anymore, I
like,
guess.
The,
But yeah.
the libs really wanted Trump to be on Epstein's list. They really wanted him on there.
Oh shit.
I-
Shit.
we won't go there
Yeah, we're
'cause,
not
like,
going there.
because
Yeah.
neither one of us need to disappear.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
you know,
Do
Is
you
that
think?
real?
because like that's where like
Gonna need
like
full
your boy
touch.
Donald Trump and Bill Clinton are tight.
Yeah.
You know they're like they're
Really
friends.
Interesting.
Slick Willie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Slick Willie.
So it'll
Do
be
you-
good.
you
Donald
think-
Trump was a Democrat. You know that?
I
right?
know that. That I
Yeah.
do know. That I do know.
Yeah, and like it's like
Do you think you could build a better dating show than updating?
Yes, 100%.
Why?
Which one's updating? Exactly.
Oh.
That's the number one reason why.
so.
Nah, you gotta
first
know
off,
the
that was the best.
competition.
That was the
You
best
gotta know
the
answer
competition.
because she believes she can build it, and
Yeah,
that's why.
but I'm like, which one is? I have a bunch saved on my phone. Is
Do you
want
want to
to
go on updating? Could we get her on updating? We'll show
For
it to you,
sure.
and maybe
For sure we could get her on updating.
we could definitely.
But
So
like-
let's take a look at it.
Okay,
and
wait.
if
have
you
to
want to
deal
do
with
it,
familiar? Are they the ones who find two people and set them up on a date?
no,
Blind date.
blind date.
Blind
So
date.
they're on stage and they do it.
Oh, that's like kind of humiliating, though. I'm like, ugh.
Oh, you're scared. Okay,
No,
that's
no,
fine.
no,
You
no,
can
no,
just
I'm
say
not
that.
scared. I'll do it.
Because
I'll
those
do
guys
it.
were
I'm
like
not a
one of the
pussy. I'm
they
not-
were one of the first guys to come on the show, and they're really cool
Really?
guys. You should talk to them anyway, just as
Stolen
a,
my
like
producer,
professionally.
so I'm starting to instigate beef now.
Oh,
Yeah.
they did.
Well, I just know
Well,
mine
no,
are-
we don't like
I
those
still
guys.
love. No, I love them.
No.
Wait,
I
why
love
don't we
them.
we don't like
But
those guys.
'cause
I don't
you
like
know what
them
I love
anymore.
more? Instigating beef.
Let's go. I love drama. I'm addicted to drama, and that's why I say controversial shit on the internet. Like drama is so fun. Like,
She would be good
people-
on updating.
People
She
living
would.
their
By the way.
peaceful,
Yeah.
quiet life. Like I need to like see an episode of this and be like, okay.
I'm trying to. So that would be good because I'm trying to convince my wife to go to updating,
Okay.
and like,
Is it a live audience?
cause
Yeah,
like,
it's
yeah,
lit.
Oh,
live
I do
audience.
well
There's an
with
after
an
party.
audience.
It's lit.
I do well.
And
I
they
mean, you won't
edit
be
the
able to
show.
see
They don't
anyone.
stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, they edit the show, so they don't stream it. Is like, and they're like,
So if I say
'cause they-
bad words, will they edit them out?
yeah, they edit it to be interesting, not to
Okay.
be
Right,
like,
right.
you know,
I think I've seen this on TikTok.
yeah, you for sure have.
Yeah. I
You-
think I
there's
have
no
it
way to-
favorited like on my I favorited a bunch of the shows.
He's really funny. The other guy's really smart. but,
Okay.
they're both
Perfect
smart,
duo.
but yeah, but he's what's his name? The Harrison's such. They're both so nice,
Okay.
but like if we got beef, we got beef.
It's beef
I mean,
time. It's the
I
summer
like
of
it.
hate.
Like-
It's still the summer of hate.
Dude, we'll start
I
calling them the
love
liberal
beef.
show.
The libs. Look at those
uh,
libs.
But no, I think one, you should meet them. It would be
Okay.
it would be
Yeah,
informative
yeah,
to what
yeah,
you're
yeah.
doing. But I mean, I think two, it would be cool because they take don't they take people like?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
He's
Okay,
like,
give you an idea.
but they're looking
Okay,
for
let's
people
hear
with
it.
like audiences to be on the show, right?
They were down to take me on the show. So if they're
Oh,
down
yeah,
to take
they
me
don't-
on the
they'll
show,
take
it is
anyone.
harder to
They'll
get
take
dudes
anyone.
that actually go on because they pussy out more than the girls. But they'll take you for sure.
Yeah.
the guys pussy out more?
Yeah, that's what he says at least. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
always bail.
Inside baseball on the updating world.
Updating,
Drama.
starting beef.
Drama.
Dude, I'm gonna if I had Harrison's number, I'd text him right now and tell
very
him you were
easy.
talking shit about him.
That's fine.
Yeah, that I love this stuff, like that interplay.
Yeah.
And so like there could be a cool collab. You'll get great.
That'd be fun.
And they're a big audience. I don't know.
No, it's $500,000 here, $500,000 there, like in each platform. It's probably more than that.
On
now.
YouTube,
it's gotta
they're
be
way
approaching
bigger.
like $1 million. Yeah.
Yeah, way bigger on YouTube. No, I bet you they're over 1 million on YouTube.
Followers? Or?
Yeah, pull it up.
Subs.
Pull it up. YouTube updating. I'm going 1.2 million.
They're not 1.2 million.
Atu's right. 770.
He's such a geek.
Yeah, he is.
Fucker.
He knew exactly.
He knows a lot about U.S. history, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Dweeb.
He was in AP US history. We went to the same high school.
Loser.
Anyway,
Hey, just so you all know, I want to be clear here. I had the highest score in all of Rhode Island high school students, and they still gave the award to this other kid that was not the state chairman of the Teenage Republicans.
and you're putting me in the boot
And I'm
camp.
pissed.
This is the guy.
And I'm pissed
This
about
is
it.
the
They
guy
gave
to
it
do the
away, and I
boot
had the
camp.
highest score in the
You
state.
got
The
it.
guy.
Could have been you.
Should have been me. I had the highest score.
You're like, pick me, pick me. You know what we
no,
call
because I
those.
was the chairman of the Teenage Republican Party. Couldn't give me the award. How could I be? How could I be exceptional at social sciences? It's not fair. Anyway, thank you.
Make America hot again.
Yeah.